Wisconsin. How the hell are we doing? NFL admin, we lactated Don. Mother love us.
That is me. Wildflower.
Girl, what have you done?
The Fan of the Year trophy just shattered.
They got Bullard! I broke something, I don't care! They got Bullard! Yes!
No!
They snap it at 6 seconds!
No!
What are
Game
you
over!
doing?
Game over!
It is over!
Let's make some noise.
Oh my god, he caught that ball. Jaden Reed! What a catch! Romeo Dobbs! It's no good! It's no good! It got blocked! And it's gonna be, oh my god! It bounces off the Bears! A miracle in DC!
$1 million for children of fallen patriots.
Over $2 million for charity.
Did it, man.
Yeah, we did.
It's frickin' frackin' time.
Did that. We were like, oh, let's raise money for charity. Oh, let's do it again and again and again. Lag. Grossi Posse Nation, welcome to another episode of Podcast the Podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. Damn, I haven't dropped that pen on the first try in a while, but it's Friday. Grossi, damn, end 19 seconds? God, just end the stream. End the stream. He's washed. Only doing one game on Sunday. Can't catch the pen. 19 seconds. Just get him out of here. Get him out of here. James, thank you for the membership. I appreciate the heck out of you. Also, Alex at Fire. I think I might have to play corner for the Bears at this point. It's true. You can always go for the Vikings, though. Always go for the Vikings. They seem like they need a lot of help. Can't catch a pen unsubbed. And you know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Isaiah the Cherry, nice BTJ impression with the pen. Yeah. Oh, look, it's the World Series. But first, we have to go to DraftKings, because I literally think it was either DraftKings or FanDuel. Baylor, you really have fallen off. I mean, just the worst right now. Truly. Barney with a Halo campaign involved on the PS5. Thoughts? I mean, yeah, for folks who never got to play Halo, this is pretty dope. I hope they do a good job with it. But yeah, no, I haven't played Halo, and I think the last one I fully played was probably Reach. I think that was the last one. Noah, appreciate you. Thank you. Neo Datura, that NBA was scripted short was amazing. Thank you. Riley to Fire. We have over 400 people in here. Feel free to like and subscribe. Anyway, I appreciate it. It's all right. Friday night Q&As are not for growth. Friday night Q&As are about community. We're getting people going. You know what I mean? Axe says, what are your thoughts on the Packers season so far? I think they have underperformed, especially on defense. Call that a hot take. I think that there's some aspects where they have, right? I mean, they have the #1 run defense in the league right now, so I wouldn't say that's underperforming in the slightest. And considering that last season is where they made that big jump, right? So Jeff Hafley comes in, and that run defense is significantly better, and that has been consistent throughout the entire season so far. So that's actually been a bright spot. The pass rush, of course, Micah Parsons had a phenomenal game against the Cardinals this past Sunday. And I'm very curious because Devontae Wyatt is back at practice. That's going to make a huge difference because ever since that he went out, you could tell that there is a difference on that D-line. I think your biggest concern is what your concern was going into this season, which was the secondary depth, especially at corner, right? You look at our safeties, and the safeties are playing pretty darn well. And it's just really the corner depth is not where you want it to be. Nate Hobbs has been struggling. He hasn't been doing so well this season, so I think that's where you are with the defense right now. So I think, there's aspects that are really, really good. It's about consistency, So, yeah, Rio, I don't know why he only had 2 snaps last week. Dane with a fire. As a Vikings fan, is it bad that I'm rooting for the tank? No, I mean, it's just the problem with the Vikings right now is that they are beat the hell up, and I think it just depends on the expectations, right? Because heading into this season, we talked about the Vikings and we're like, okay, last year, 14 wins. They're probably not going to do that again. However, they could potentially be a playoff team if J.J. McCarthy is pretty damn good. The problem is we have not seen J.J. McCarthy. He's played 2 games. And so the issue is you can't even call this an evaluation year so far because we haven't seen him play. And on top of that, they're getting injured left and right. And so everything does not look good for the Vikings. And on top of that, you had the expectations that this could be a playoff team, and especially after winning 14 games, and Sam Darnold goes elsewhere and is doing well. I think it's kind of just everything combined is making it look like a pretty bad season. Now, if J.J. McCarthy comes back and he looks pretty darn good, then it's like, okay, you have this. But the problem is they're going to have to do some restructuring into the offseason because they have some contracts that are woof, and they're going to be like 36 mil over the cap. And they definitely can fix things around. But in terms of a window, let me put it this way. If J.J. McCarthy's your franchise quarterback, you're not really going to care because then you could also rebuild and you already have some talent on that squad. But that's a big if because we have not seen him at all. Hams with they fire. Vikes may suck, but it looks like the 49ers are in the playoffs, so at least I know Green Bay won't win Super Bowl. Also, when's October member Q&A plan? It's probably going to be next week, so it'll be probably next Tuesday or Wednesday. It just depends on when I get out like scripted and stuff, so probably Wednesday. Rachel, soon that sweet Harold badge will be mine. Also, both the Gato went to the vet today, and I was told they were perfect. I already knew that, though. That's right. Perfect in health and in your heart. That's it. Respect says, school down 42-6 at half despite 4 forced turnovers. Yikes. That is a big yikes. That's a big yikes. Yeah, Raz, 100%. So that's tough. Bailey Ventura, where's CB been? No show in 3 weeks. I miss it. So I'm just speaking for myself. I was out, so I had the Green Bay thing 3 weeks ago. Last week I was sick, and then this week I was so burnt out I couldn't do it. I know they did one last week, right? That was the AI one. So yeah, we should be back next week, I would assume. Rather, if I said like and subscribe, in all seriousness, I'm mostly concerned with LaFleur play calling. Still at the point in the season, your thoughts? I think that LaFleur is a good head coach. I think that he has limitations. And I just feel like the offense, we haven't seen its full potential. Now, the really exciting thing is Christian Watson is back on Sunday. And dude, I'm so pumped. I hope that he has a really great year, and I hope that he's able to stay healthy. Because with him on the field, there's so many options for that offense to go, and it really just unlocks the playbook. The question is going to be, is LaFleur's play calling going to be able to match up to that? Again, you could criticize the crap out of him for calling a very conservative game plan on Sunday, and also praise him for going forward on 4th down because it wound up working out. But yeah, man, I feel like we're about to be halfway through this season, and I feel like we just still haven't seen that offense hit its full potential, which is exciting. It just gets less exciting if that's how it stays the rest of the year, right? Like we were talking about this with the Jaguars, not only this year, but last year too. And we were just like waiting and waiting, like, all right, any day now, like this offense should be getting going, and it never did. I don't think that's going to be the problem. I think there's going to be too much talent on the offense to do that, but yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. Atticus Ventura, my high school is down 42-14. They need me back. Hey, just throw some pads on. Why not? Bronco, if they fire. Rabbit Ash shoots Fire Blast. Go Broncos. Good skit. That DT conspiracy, though, too. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Again, appreciate the great content. Hey, Bronco. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate the hell out of you. Jim saying, 33 months. Whale watch out of Massachusetts yesterday. Saw pods of dolphins with whales. Very rare. And the walk run for autism on Sunday. Also very cute boxer on board. Let's go, Jim. Let's go. Hope it's a good walk on Sunday, too. Let's go. Sean with a tenor. Most interesting battle of World War II, go Eagles. Most interesting? I mean, there's a few. I mean, Stalingrad is like, it's talked about a ton, but like that is in a war that doesn't really feature this. It's like legitimate urban warfare. So like you're going like house to house. So like compare that to World War I, like in trenches and moving like inches, right? Even like you could move inches in a year. Or you could go into like, open battlefields. You could talk about, wars in the Pacific. But yeah, I would say the Eastern Front and looking at Stalingrad is pretty insane because it's kind of different from a bunch of other battles that you see. And on top of that, it was insanely important. Sporadical with a fiber. Do you think we trade for a corner? It's such a glaring weakness. Go Pack Go. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems, at least from the rumors, that they are calling around. I think it's just going to be like, who are they going to try and get? I know you could look at the Jets for a minute. I know that they apparently have made calls to the Bengals. So I wouldn't doubt that they're on the phone because I agree. I mean, that was also one of my biggest surprises heading into the draft because I could have sworn that they were going to draft a corner really early, and then they didn't draft one until the 7th round. So, you know what I mean? HB3 to 5. When I watch videos about the NBA betting scandal, they are sponsored by gambling sites. What's next? Videos about drug busts sponsored by cocaine? Yeah. Also, at Tara, what business was Don Rogers doing this past year? Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. So, well, and that's the thing too, Raz. I mean, like, and I know that there has been a decently vocal part of the fan base that has been like, hey, get Matt LaFleur out of there. And I'm saying this with like all the love in my heart. And I truly would like an answer. Who are you replacing him with? And I don't, because so until I'm at a point where like, oh, I think this person would be a significant upgrade. You know what I mean? I'm not there. Joe to fire. Made a 5'4" halfback in Madden. Got drafted by the Bengals. Ended up being rookie of the year with 98 speed. That's right. That's like Deuce Vaughn, you know? Hey, appreciate you, Mims. Forum with a fire. NBA will be ruined by players rigging prop bets, and I'll be ruined by one team dominating for years to come. By the way, I'm a Dodgers fan. We have it on right now. We got the pre-game on now. Alex Couture, Battle Kursk, also up there. Very much also up there as well. Get with a fire. Watch any new shows, movies, or listen to new music since last Friday. I'm 7 episodes deep into Peacemaker. Very entertaining thus far. So I want to watch the second season because I saw the first season and I really liked it. I was watching it live when it came out. We actually watched the first episode of the first season last night, and we watched Suicide Squad the night before because Maya hadn't seen them and she was interested in the show. So we're actually starting to go through that right now. Since then, Mumford & Hosier released a song today. That was solid, but I've actually been listening a lot more to the new Rainbow Kitten Surprise album. The more and more I listen to it, more and more I'm happy with it. How many tutties Rogers throwing on Sunday? I mean, wouldn't be surprised if it's 3. Wouldn't be surprised. Apex Way 20, Tom! My Lions get to rest this week, so I'll be working on my D&D world building. Side note, what nation kingdom from the medieval ages would you pull from as a history teacher to get inspiration for world building? It's got to be for... It has to be from the Middle Ages? Byzantine or Ottoman, I would say. Maybe. Around there. Yeah. That's what I heard, Kevin. Yeah, I heard people didn't like the second season finale, but they liked the second season. Party with a 5. If you're the GM of the 49ers, who would you target before the trade deadline? I honestly don't know if I'm targeting anybody right now with all the injuries that you have, because I'm just going to be honest, I don't think this is the year that the 49ers are going to win a Super Bowl. So I think you just kind of play out the rest of the season and see what you got. Big Mo with a 5 saying Seahawks have a solid chance going 13-4 this year. Also, Tom, we think the chances are that JSN beats the season record for receiving yards. It's very possible, man. Like, JSN is getting the ball constantly. So, I mean, he is obviously the number one target on that offense. So, if the secondary can't freaking cover him, there's potential. Call it a terror. Tom, please tell me you got a killer Star Wars edit when we beat the Steelers. I'll talk to Johnny Barks. I'll see what we can get. See what we got. Grossi terror. Vibes that are all-time bad, man. Not even mad at actual football anymore. As a Vikings fan, I don't care for Band-Aids. Just play JJ and see if he's your guy. And if he's not, then move on. But Christ, play him. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where Vikings fans are, right? And behind that terrible offensive line, it's going to be tough. But yeah, at some point, this is why you got rid of Darnold, right? It's like you got to start him. Slim Jim. Snap into one. Thank you. Exactly, Raz. Matt with a 2 says, who's your pick to win the AFC right now? Hold on. Okay, it's not the easiest schedule. I think the Chiefs have a shot. The Colts, if things keep going well, but the Chiefs got a shot, man. I think they're going to start getting really good. Spreads happy 5 months and 25 years of hybrid theory. 25 years? Good God, I'm so old. Ugh. Sean Tour, best movie of 2025, and why is it Sinners? Sinners, oh my God, Sinners is so good. Sinners is just the music alone in that movie is so freaking good. But there was What movie do One Battle After Another was really good. We really liked that. Because Past Lives was last year, 2 years ago. Is it over 2 years ago? God, can't even keep track anymore. Yeah, Sinners and One Battle After Another, they're pretty high up there right now. So, but yeah, Sinners, man, it's just there's a lot of From Dusk to Dawn in there, which is also a movie that I love, but I think that the ways that they change it is pretty darn good. Rich with a 5. Thought the Commies would lose in the first round of the playoffs at the start of the season, then all the injuries happened. Yeah, Past Lives was 2023. Also a great movie, by the way. Yeah, I mean, the injuries are tough, man. They're another one that you can't even freaking check out. I mean, like, you can't even know what they got because everybody's injured right now. So, it's tough. Question for Tom. How would you feel if the NFL started using AI to review questionable plays and penalties? Apparently, that's what they're talking about doing, right, and implementing that. And I feel like maybe I'm wrong here. I'm kind of a Luddite when it comes to AI, especially when it comes into the arts and stuff like that and taking away people's jobs. If it could be used to, like, enhance things, that's cool. It's just, is it going to be a perfect system? Are you going to have any kind of fail-safe? Are you going to have any kind of, like, double-checking? So, you know what I mean? Hey, Kyson, appreciate you. Ghost with a 5. I'm surprised it's only week 8, and both divisions in the West are pretty solid, with 3 teams in each one having a record over 500. Yeah. Exactly. Start with humanize before you use fake humanize. Well, I just think it's also funny, too, because this is a way for the NFL to be like, hey, instead of, paying for full-time refs, let's incorporate AI in this. That's usually how it goes. Do I think Homer's tonight? Maybe it's Big Blad. Maybe. Oh, there you go, Sour Patch. Nice. I hope the convention goes well. Let's go, baby. Anakin's with a 5. If you had to be a fan of any other NFC North team, which one do you choose and why? Why does that have to be NFC North? I mean, I love Barry Sanders, so that's kind of an easy one, but it would not be the Bears and Vikings. And the Lions are my rival, man. I want to be a Packers fan. But I guess them? I guess. So, we're going to die of stupidity. Probably Casey. Most likely. Don't have to pay off AI to throw a game. All right, I went to the P.O. Box. We have lots of things because I didn't get to go last week. So it is mail time. That is true. The Bucks were north. I'll go Buccaneers. They were north. And then, when it was the old Central. All right, we got a bunch. First, there's a big old package here. We got a large one. We have stuff and things. Stuff and things. It's fragile. Every time I look for my box cutter, and every time it's still not there. Limiter, shout out to Otico Rugby from New Zealand. There you go. Marcus, I'd love to just go back to Germany in general. I was there last year for the International Stadium Tour, and I loved it, man. Those fans were so much freaking fun. So, I don't know when the next time I'll be able to actually attend an in-season game, just basically because I stream everything, but I'm hoping within the next couple of years that is more of a possibility, so... fragile. It's Italian. Yeah. That's right, been working out. Don't need no box cutter. I said fragile on it, so I ripped it open like a monster. Wrote it on with a fire. Tom, sorry if you answered this in the past. Why didn't you do the team full offseason reaction last offseason? Just because I had to move. That was it. There was just a ton of stuff going on. We did the Millie stream, and then I moved, and then it was too late. So, I'll be back next year. Michael to Fire, which is more likely? Love winning the Super Bowl the same age as Rodgers and Favre. Or Panthers opening against Jags and going to the Super Bowl. Be unbiased. It might be love. It could be. I mean, listen, man. I think this is the Packers' best opportunity to win a Super Bowl that they've had in the past couple seasons. If they were able... I do think if they were able to beat the 49ers, I think that there was a shot that they could have gone. I don't know if they would have won. But I think, Parsons makes things a lot easier, as a pass rusher. And that's like a position you don't have to worry about for a hot second because they got a good amount of folks there. But the secondary is something. But it just feels like it doesn't feel like there are, like, dominant teams this year, right? Because the Colts, like, you could look at their schedule and go like, okay, there's maybe we want to have them play some stiffer competition. That's not their fault because they're just beating the teams that are in front of them, right? But yeah, I think there's just not like a dominant squad. So, Dave Sithate Tour, 2 words, 10 letters, curse wheel. Go, go, what a fiver! It's Friday. You know what that means. Let's go. Necro with the tenor. Castle Eater, where American forces and the Wehrmacht, joined forces to fight off and hold off the SS and free French POWs, including Naud, Daladier, Gamelin, and also de Gaulle's older sister. There you go. There you go. I don't know if I've dived into that one a whole lot. Yeah, because we usually do the individual battles, like there's a few that we talk about, but I'm watching the World Series. Captain Tamara the Gatos. Captain, I was scared today. I was scared, man. I was terrified because Nebula, bless her heart, she is fine when it comes to clipping her nails. She's fine. You grab the nape of the neck and it still works for her. Like she gets put into a trance, so she's nice and easy. Nova, a little bit more spicy. And so we cut Nebula's nails a few weeks ago, and she was fine. We go to do Nova, and Nova's like, this is the worst thing you've ever done to me. So I didn't get to get her front paws. I got her back claws, and it was miserable. So today, I was like, okay, I know these things are long. Like, I gotta cut them. And I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna get her nice and calm. It's gonna be great. She was fantastic. She was purring the whole time. It was easy peasy. So they're doing well. Hazmat fires. Before a postal worker, I could form that fragile means bonus points from long range. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, then it's just a challenge. You know, I'm watching the World Series right now. Will they five? Have you ever been fans you consider toxic? Sure, but I think that's more like singular fans, right? Than to just judge an entire group and be like, oh man, like they're toxic. It's in every single sport, man. Like I've seen crappy Packers fans. I've seen crappy fans from every single fan base, right? It's just, that doesn't necessarily mean the entire fan base is not good. Tom, thanks for all the entertaining of fans and the NFL content that you do. Please forgive me asking how a guy from New York became a Packers fan while your dad's a Cowboys fan. That's right. That's literally why. That's it. I know. Intense rivalry between the franchises. Please forgive if you took such. Oh, no worries, brother. Enclose the original Packers Super Bowl sports collage customized for you. Enjoy. Hey, Matthew, I appreciate that out of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we've got some truck lettering advertisements in here. A lot of things fell out. Hell yeah. I appreciate you, Matthew. Thank you so much, dude. This art on the back is really cool. This design is super duper cool. Oh, you got the 2010 NFC champions on there. We got BJ Raji on there. Nick Collins, that's my dude. That's my dude. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Matthew. Oh, that's a cool card, huh? What is that? Oh, Chad Clifton. Got a little helmet action there. TJ Lang. Appreciate that out of you, Matthew. I'm going to put this right back in here so it doesn't get broken since it's fragile. Thank you, and thank you. Show me what you got, Raji. And then he's like, no, I'm never going to show you again. And then he was gone. Just like that. Thank you, Matthew. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm going to take my pen here. Put this in here. Ugh, gotta find a place for this guy. I haven't hung up anything in the studio besides these hats so far. Everything else, the walls are bare. Tara, welcome me on this one. Billionaires, you can pay people who are looking for jobs to do that. I know it's scary, but you could spend some money on something valuable and get value in return. I don't know, Tara. I think we should have more people lose their jobs so billionaires can make even more money for their profit margins. That's Tara. You talking about exchange of goods and services? I don't know about that. That seems a little too crazy for me. Giovanni at fire. Jets could be trading Queen Williams. Their asking price is potentially a second-round pick. Should the Packers make a call? Listen, I love Queen Williams. I'll take him. Always. 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 Guy with a fire. Tom, do you prefer Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Ooh, what are your top 3 favorite characters? From there, Mike's got to be up there. Gus got to be up there. Yeah, and probably, I mean, after Better Call Saul, you got to go Saul. But, oh, man. Kim is so good. Wexler's so good. I think Breaking Bad is the better show. I think Better Call Saul is a better character development show. Because there's some times in the early seasons where, like, it's a very, very slow burn. but it's so good. Lalo's so, oh my God, such a good villain, man. Such a good villain. 100%. Michael Toure, ready for Rico Dowdle to carve up the Packers? Going up against that number one run defense. Let's see. Well, it depends on how many you're going to give to Hubbard. Apex with a 10. Thoughts on people being surprised by Lions secondary replacements when we showed how deep our roster goes last year? People forget that Mick got his shot last year thanks to injuries. Yeah, I think it was also because like Branch was out too, right? On top of the injuries that a lot of folks were going to be surprised. I mean, I got to be honest, I was surprised. But I picked the Lions to win just because, you know, the Buccaneers were coming in with some banged up wide receivers. And unfortunately, Mike Evans got hurt. But, yeah, man. It could be good. Triple A with a fire. Grossi, the Packers beat the Steelers this Sunday. We reigned true at Packers. Got a Super Bowl. Always. Always. I am watching the game. I got it on right now. Looks like they got a choir right now. And M1K3's earliest return could be week 16. Okay, there we go. At 160 yards, you only need to average like 287 to make 1,000. So you're telling me there's a chance. Go Bucks, gonna take the frustration out on the Aints on Sunday. Dude, he's just one of my favorite freaking players. He is. I love Mike Evans, man. And Road Fire. Love your content, Tom. What are your thoughts on musical theater, and do you have a favorite musical? Since dating Maya, I have been more introduced to the world of musical theater. Do I have a favorite? Book of Mormon was good. Rock of Ages was good. Hamilton was good. Yeah. It's growing on me. Singing in the Rain is very good. It is growing. Singing in the Rain is just impressive. Like, if I'm watching it just from, like, a cinematography / holy God, they did this in one take, and also the talent of the dancing is quite insane. La La Land is another one, too. The cinematography is fantastic. Oh, hi. You want to be on camera? She's got to be a star, a movie star. There you go. We got a puppers. We got a puppers. Les Mis. There you go. I used to show pieces of Les Mis in AP Euro. Look down the forum. Billup should get a Better Call Saul. No, if they tour. My brother and his wife just had a baby girl last week. Hey, Noah, a huge congrats to you, your family, your brother, his wife. A huge congrats. Let's go, let's go. That's it. It may be growling like a fungus, it's true. Hi. You good girl? Your girl's right there. Now you don't want to sit with her? Oh, is Dash on the couch too? Yeah, he is on the couch, of course. Of course. What's going on, Bestor? Ugh, get out of here, you monster. Who would you pick to be John Cena's final opponent? I think they're already do Dom, but I think it's Gunther, right? Yeah, it's Gunther. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That's fine. Terry, they fire you and Tree streaming together Sunday night. So we're actually going to do the post game together. So at least that's what I proposed. Just the problem is like I've only done one stream with Perna so far this season, and just the lack of reliability when it comes to Spectrum, and I don't know how bad the delay is going to be, is pretty terrible. So just to make sure the viewing experience is the best it can be, we're going to do a post-game post-game stream together. So I thought that was that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll do that one. All right, let me move this over here. Oh, we got more boxes. Okay. Thank you again, Matthew. Appreciate you. Yeah. More boxes. There's one from Germany, too. Okay. Here. Ugh. We love Spectrum. Do we? Do we? Do we? Do we? All right. Let's see what we got her. Tom Grossi fan mail. Oh, I also walked into the post office today, and for the first time, I actually had to go up to the desk because they have like these lockers that are super awesome. And like all the stuff usually in there, but because that collage was there, and they're like, oh, I know which box this is. Oh, is this the jacket? Oh, hell yeah, man. Let's go. Jared. Appreciate you, Jared. Thank you, thank you. Necro, they fire. Have you seen anything about Epic the Musical? It's about the Odyssey, a good modern way to teach it through song. Dude, I heard good things. I think it was also Luke, I think, said it in the chat. I have not checked it out yet, though. MD, I just thank you, bud. Thank you so much, Matthew. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for the sports collage. Greatly appreciated. McKenna, if they tour, are you going to be watching the baseball game? I have it on right meow. Right meow. Oh, so this is the jacket they were talking about. Oh, hello. Hello. Yep. Oh, I take this one. I'll take this one. I think you said this one. Ah! This was the large. This is nice. Oh, it's a quarter zip. Ah, okay, hold on. Let's see what we got here. It smells actually really good. It smells like it's been washed very well. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. It's a large, so it's a little bit big, but that's all right, because I'm going to be wearing clothes underneath it. Thank you very much, Jared. Greatly appreciate the hell out of you. HV to fire. What was the last fast food place you ate at before you became vegan? Fast food? It might have been like Wendy's or something. I know it's not fast food, but I was a big Chili's guy. Don't know if they tour, but do you have a Hunter orange coat yet? Not yet. Not yet. Mr. Poole, good evening, Tom and friends. Looking forward to a relaxing weekend with the Lions on a bye. Gonna chill and watch the games with my pupper. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, ZJ, because there's a bunch of places that, yeah, this is a starter jacket. This is super nice. Thank you so much, Jared. This is really, it smells really fresh. Like, it smells like it just came out of the wash, so thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. I'll put this in her. Get this off, hon. Gotta go get this box, too, that went over here. What's that? Hell yeah. Zippers, zippers, we all got zippers and more zippers than you could ever zip. Alright, this is from Germany. Let's see what we got here. Tom, can you rate these 4 stats from most important to least important? Passing offense, passing defense, and rushing defense. And most important is a very subjective thing. I would say passing defense is probably near the top. That's probably near the top. Then it's probably passing offense just in today's NFL. And then I would say like rushing offense, rushing defense, I would say. Somewhere around there, I would say. Kelsey! With 50 memberships! Brandon, folks, join the Discord. You go to your memberships on YouTube. Join even when your membership expires. You still get to hang out in an awesome community. Kelsey, appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, and thank you. It is greatly appreciated. This is... Okay, yeah, this is from Germany. Let's see. It went on quite the trip. Oh, so it's like glued on here, too. This would be when a box cutter would be really handy. We don't need no stinking box cutter. We don't need it. Thank you very much, Kelsey. Appreciate the hell out of you. Hope you are doing well. I'll see what we got. We'll see. Enjoy those emotes. A letter. Gotta open the letter first. Very nice handwriting. Let's go. Top! Hope you're doing well in your new place in Green Bay, Wisconsin, but close enough. This is Malty, who you met at the fan event in Munich during the International Stadium Tour. Had the honor of being in your intro for some time because of that. Hell yeah. The small guy in the white 49ers jersey, who you told at the end to pick a better team. It's true, and I still stand by that. Asking for a friend. How often does your team have to beat the Packers in the playoffs until it's considered good? Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. Just shots across the bow here. That day, I wanted to gift you 2 craft beers from Stuttgart, a city that you couldn't visit and which doesn't host NFL games as of yet, which you couldn't have because of your flight schedule. It's true. I said I would send them via mail before realizing that it's not allowed for me to ship them to the U.S. Luckily, I'm allowed to bring them to the U.S., so I had to wait until I could travel here. Don't worry, out of consideration, I drank the original beers myself, so you got 2 new ones. Dang, they're a year and a half old. Hey, we'll try them. Now, I'm traveling the West Coast with friends, and we'll be watching my 49ers at Levi against Atlanta. Hey, so that game went well. Congrats. I wanted to threaten you with a threaten you with a possible meeting of our teams in the playoffs, but at this rate, and this week, no to the 49ers because of all the injuries we'll probably have. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Throwing an MVS, yeah, that's not good. Yep, high ankle sprains, yep. It is what it is. Really enjoyed the first episode of the final season of Coach and pumped for more. I'm working. Keep up the great work. Enjoy the beers and your team this year. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right, what do we got in here? Oh, so that was the thing that was rolling around. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to make sure that these... I almost dropped this again. Is that like a seal? All right. Hell yeah. The little New England IPA action. We doing that. Nicholas Wittera. Tom, been a fan for years. I'm back on the channel. Getting ready for this week's game. Go Steelers. Question for you. What does the game look like on Sunday for each team in a winning effort? Rodgers is able to take advantage of that secondary and is able to launch the ball. I don't know if they're going to be able to get Warren going because, again, the Packers' run defense is looking good. So if Rodgers is able to get the ball out efficiently and quickly, I think they have a good chance. And then the Packers establishing the run, I think, has been the best part about it. When they get Josh Jacobs going is the best part about their offense. But they're another one, especially with that secondary, airing it out. Oh, this is a dope-ass can. This is a dry stout. Look at that. Well, that's an angry kitty. I mean, olive oil. Yes, this is olive oil. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the hell out of you, and thank you for sending this over. We're going to have to let these sit for a little bit just to make sure that they don't explode when I open them, but greatly appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Rated 5. Tom, the NBA script radio was one of the best things I've ever seen. Are we going to see Wildflower soon in scripted and go Dodgers beat the Cardinals? A Canadian, excuse me. We'll see if we see Wildflower soon. We'll see. We'll see. Exactly, respect. Thank you. All right, this is from Goody Two Goods. Goody Two Goods. How good is it? It's 2 goods. 2 goods. I miss Wildflower. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? There are reasons. It's from Illinois. And I love how no note, no anything. Oh, the orange font and the navy blue. I got a feeling it's from the Bears. We'll see you soon. We'll see you frickin' soon. I would like to... the question I have, did someone get this originally made or did this already exist? And honestly, I could see either one. Yeah, it's from Illinois. It's from Illinois, those FIBs. Those FIBs. Oh, God. This is from Fox Motors, and it has Ford parts on the side. Jedi Terry, you plan on making more MLB or NBA content? Probably not during the NFL season. Maybe something with the World Series if something comes up, but... yeah, just during the season, it's a little bit tough. The FBI's coming. I didn't do nothing. All right, so let's see here. This is taped up. We got car parts now? Is this going to be a catalytic converter in here? Let's see. Cutting the tape. That was a good tape job. It's there. Broncos lose to the Cowboys, and Chiefs win their respective game. You think the Chargers could screw the Chiefs out of first place in the AFC West? Yeah, but honestly, right now, I don't think it matters. You know, the standings right now, I say this as I'm like, yay, Packers are number 1. Brother, it's week 8. None of this is going to matter, you know, when we get into the deep water of the season. So I'm going to enjoy it right now, and hopefully it continues. 24 pack of spark plugs. It could be. This tape job. They did not mess around, I'm telling you. Please hold. All right, we're going to rip it. We're going to rip it. There we go. Just had to use some muscle. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. All right. Looks like we have a note. My husband said, burn that shirt you just got. It burned. Hi, Tom and Maya. There we go. Welcome to the Midwest. Cassie and I made a few housewarming gifts. The small box is for Maya. All right, there you go. There you go. Arm update. Cassie broke her forearm on June 1st. 3 weeks later, had surgery to put 2 metal plates on the bones. A week after that, went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's up there. It's up there. We want to go. She was such a trooper. Her surgeon gave her the all clear at the end of August to go back to sports. She's a dancer and takes ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, and musical theater. Dance company's putting on the Nutcracker Ballet in November, December. Hell yeah. We'd love to invite you, but it's during the season. Yeah, we're only 5 hours away in Michigan, so we'd love to email you a digital copy of the performance. Hells to the yeah. The 2 wrap packages inside the box. My grandma gave me a book she bought in 1983. It's full of NFC patterns for cross-stitching. The first thing I made was, of course, the Detroit Lions for her. She was a diehard Lions fan. I never thought I would use the Packers pattern, but here we are. The little one, I made the pattern up, but I think you will like it. Hey, let's go. Alyssa and Cassidy. Thank you so very much. This is a very nice handwriting, by the way. Hell yeah. Happy late birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rockin'. Hold on. Already 10 out of 10. This, followed by this. Excellent. Excellent. Hells to the I wish I had this drawing ability. It is. I wish I had the drawing ability. All right, so this is for Maya. Here you go. You get presents. Tom. I got 2 presents. Suck it. Got him. Got him. Robin! With Tom Posse. I'm working tonight, so I can only listen, but I have a question I've been wondering. How much of the Mike Leonard story is true? Have a great weekend. Go Bills. How much of the Mike Leonard story is true? I don't know. I don't know. That is beyond my repertoire right now. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Alyssa, I appreciate the heck out of you. Let's go. In the chat right now. Oh, is this Sonic? Oh my god, this is awesome. The wrapping paper is Sonic. Hell yeah. Got a little Chaos Emerald there. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Look at this cross stitch. Anti-Viking here. Anti-Vikings. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then this big one. Still opening it? Oh my god, this is incredible. That's amazing. Hell yeah. Hell to the yes. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much, Alyssa and Cassidy. This is so cool. Damn. Hell yeah. Talented people. That looks so good. That looks so, so good. This is from 1983, too. What do you got over there? Is it a rock? Did you...
This is amazing. Can I show it?
Yes, you can.
Throw me. Perfection. Thank you so much.
Well, I know what Maya's doing this weekend. That is incredible.
Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
send her a rock. Send her a rock. Cassie and Alyssa, thank you very, very much. That is very, very kind of you. This cross stitch is freaking awesome. I'm gonna put this in here so the cats cannot get to it. Put this over here. Thank you, and thank you. And for giving Maya a rock that she's probably gonna throw at me. Games with a fire. Hello, Timothy. Hope all is well. Were you courtside the other night at the Bucks game? If so, how was seeing the freak up close and personal? Hey, love you, baby. Let's go. Yeah, we were sitting second row, which this is how I've been buying tickets for like ever. Dude, I just waited till the day before and got tickets, and the price significantly dropped. So yeah, Maya had never been to a Bucks game before, and the house is not made of glass, thankfully. But yeah, no, it was super duper cool. I've only done that one other time. I took Tyler, who's been a diehard Bucks fan his entire life, and it's crazy. And Maya and I were having this conversation, and actually, true story, I can now finally finish a video that I've been working on for like 5 years because of when I went to the MLB. But it was probably, in terms of just like seat experience, I probably put it at the second for sports of just like how awesome it was. So yeah, it was pretty dope. The pitch is out. Otani is up. Maya's mom must be very happy, even though it was a strike. Got the 1-1 count here, and fouls it away is Otani. Thank you very much, Cassidy and Alyssa. Thank you so much. All right, we got an Amazon box here. Mm-hmm. Is Maya now going to become a reluctant rock collector?
I do. Well, they're
So you have your crystals.
I do have crystals.
Because it's like shrapnel when you throw it. That's why it just gets in your eyes and stuff like that. Day before, I bought Chiefs tickets 2 hours before kickoff. I'm telling you, man, like that, especially now with how everything is insanely expensive, though I did appreciate that you could go to a Bucks game for like $25. Because if we don't go, we don't go. You know what I mean? Or like we just get different tickets. So, struck out Otani. There we go. Gift for you from Jason. I'm giving you props. Keep up the strong work, Tom. If someone has already supplied you with these, feel free to return them from Jason. Oh? Okay. Okay. Props, you say? It's an Indiana Jones whip? Yes! Oh, perfection. I had one. It made music and everything, and I think I put it in a video and it got copyrighted. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, yes. This will probably be featured on Scripted. Probably on this week. That. Hell yes. Hell to the yes. Thank you, Jason. This is awesome. But wait, there's more. Indiana Colts. Let's go. I love it. Let's see. Now I'm curious what these other props are going to be. Oh my god. I had to do it with a flag. As long as the Colts, and man, I hope the Packers win and score 27 again, because then I can just continue that plot line. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Yes. All the yes. I promise you this will be used in good health. Amazing. You know, honestly, even if they lose to the Titans, I can make this work. So, I can do it. It belongs in a museum. So do you. Hold on, we got uno más. We got uno más here. Let's see what we got here. Trust me, the Colts and Packers, they keep doing things. I swear, if they win by 27 again, the storylines that I will be able to concoct will be 10 out of 10. All right, uno más. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be losing to the Titans. I don't think so, Tara. Sorry. Is it the Grail? It's the Grail. It's the Holy Grail. I have another one of these, too. But now I have 2 Holy Grails. One of them's got to be right. I just have to choose wisely. Jason, thank you so much. That is 10 out of 10. These will, I promise you, these will be used. Hell to the yes. Thank you very much. 6 years from now, Tom's estate sale is going to be wild. Oh my god. Alright, I got uno más box, and then I'm going to have to move these things over. Alright, this is from Sean. Thank you very much, Jason. What is the wrong choice? Well, then, you know, I wither up and die. Oh, but at least it makes scripted really good. So, Maya knows how to upload YouTube videos. So, this was proven. So, in case of my death during scripted, she's got this. So, make sure the video comes out. You know? It is 10 out of 10. I need to send you a collection plate and a Eucharistic plate. It just... The Bears. If they start giving out the Eucharist during scripted. Oh my god. Yeah, we could do things. We could definitely do things. Mm-hmm. Oh, the greatest community ever. Not only do we raise a lot of money for charity, but, you know, we rock out. The Grossi Museum will be a hot destination. It's true. Yeah. I am cutting this the way wrong way. Maya and Jess podcast when? I was talking to Perna after GPS today. Hold on. There we go. And he goes, have you proposed to Maya yet? Jess is asking me every 2 weeks. So that's where we're at now. We actually might get to see them when we go to Denver in a couple weeks, so that'll be nice. Oh, by the way, I reminded you in the beginning of the season. I remind you again. 2 weeks from today, no Friday Night Q&A. All right. I'm using my manly man muscles that I got during my manly masculinity masculine course for $50. Oh, this came out and I didn't even have to rip that bag. We got here. Oh, this is the jersey that you wanted me to sign. Got you. Got you. Yes. I will sign this jersey and get it back to you. I'm going to put it right on my desk so I remember. I got you, fam. I got you. Did you give me $20 in here? You don't have to give me money. I'll pay the shipping. I'm going to put this $20 back in there for you. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, and thank you. Let's go. Rocky Arturo, what on earth do the Bears stand in front of Waller? What on earth do the Bears stand in? What? Who? Huh? Yes, I did. I took her to a baseball game. That's it. Yeah, I got you. I will 100%. I'm going to put this right here so I don't forget it. Will I sign it as Tom Grossi or Wildflower? Yes. I usually do both. Thank you, folks. It's an extra Good God, there's just random money in there. You don't have to just give me $25. I appreciate you. Thank you. Callie, yeah, no, I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for it. $20 for Wildflower surprise for his stash. Now that makes more sense. That makes more sense. So that's it. All right, there we go. Here. Oop. Sorry. Woke the puppers up. Sorry. Propose to Maya as Wildflower. Yeah, actually, it's just gonna be done during an episode of Scripted. That's it. So we'll just do that because that's how I feel like everybody dreams about it, right? It's like, oh, I want this to be done during a YouTube video. So, yeah. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. We got props, we got collages, we got cross-stitching. Thank you. Caesar the Fire, you coming to Denver just to visit. Lamar playing, does your prediction change? Yeah, I said that on prediction. If Lamar plays, I think the Ravens win. But if he doesn't, then I unfortunately can't change it because I got to make that decision on Wednesday. But, yeah. A Don Rogers proposal. How you doing? It'll be good. But yes, I am going. So we are going to a concert, which I never usually go like far places during the season. But considering it's only 2 hours away now, it definitely helps. But yeah, we're going to see a concert. So we're literally flying in Friday afternoon and we're gonna be back Saturday morning. So, and Maya got a rock. Thank you so much, folks. This is awesome. Except the shirt. That I won't thank you for that one. I won't do that one. Oh, hey there. We're going to see Siguro, the Icelandic band. I saw them once before, but they're doing a concert with a full orchestra. I cannot wait. I bought those tickets back in June. They were like, I think $150, like $200, and I got second row. Oh, yes. So we actually might be able to, because Perna apparently is going to the Nuggets game that night. So I'll be able to potentially see him. So that'll be nice. Very nice. Hey, Ethan, I appreciate you. Oh, Kevin, they're so nice. Yeah, they're really just doing like West Coast and Canada. So this was the closest one. And I was like, all right, we gonna rock. That doesn't mean throw rock. Yeah, no, you can't throw rock. Sorry, can't throw rock. Can't throw rock. That's not the rock. I know. That's not the rock that Maya's waiting for. That laugh was a little too loud, Maya. All right, give me 2 seconds. I gotta run and grab a tissue. I gotta blow my nose. Woo! We still got some leftover congestion. Okay, we're here. Sam Notifier. Random question. My German grandparents grew up in German village in Yugoslavia. From a historical perspective, why were they there? Why? Hold on. German grandparents grew up in a German village in Yugoslavia from a historical perspective. It might have been like religious reasons, like the persecution, I would assume. That's probably why, I would imagine. If they were there for a historical reason. Right? I would probably say that. Most likely. Oh, Ryan, Cigaro. So I saw them one other time at Forest Hills in Queens. And they did not have an opener. They literally they had an intermission for their own show. It was so good. Garrett, appreciate the heck out of you. But they put on a phenomenal show. I love their music so very much. So I don't know how many more opportunities I will have to see them, you know, and how long that they're going to be touring for, and also with a full orchestra. So, you know what I mean? M. David a Fiver. Welcome, Tom. You earned it. I hope it's wall-worthy. Make it for all the teams, all years, and all sports. Hey, let's go. No, brother, this is great. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not 2014 Forest Hills Drive. No, I saw them, let's see, Figaro, Forest Hills. It was years ago. It was, 2017 is when I saw them. God, pre-COVID. Feels like it was so long ago. I mean, technically that's 8 years ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2017 was 8 years ago? What are we doing? Oh my God. That's, yeah. Of course we do. Of course. There was life before COVID? Dude. It's, that's so recent. That's pretty wild. Chris says, I'm Volga German. My family were farmers. They wanted a farm. Germany told them to go to war. They said no, move to Russia. Then Russia said go to war. And they're like, son of a gun! I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll do it. We'll do it. So, I did just start hurting 2017. So, times between 2015 and 2020 and 2020 to 2025 are not the same. Oh, God, no. Oh, God. 2020 to 2025 is at least a decade. That's at least, and if you, at least 8 years. At least. Luke with a fires an AP Euro teacher. How historically accurate is Les Mis, Tom? As a U.S. history teacher, how historically accurate is Hamilton, Maya? Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Maya says pretty accurate.
Lin-Manuel Miranda did his research.
I mean, he did a lot.
He did a lot of work on that show.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I saw recently that there were cut songs and like raps that were not in the final. And
some deleted scenes,
yes.
if you will. And George Washington did sing his farewell address. It's a true story. He was like, one last time. Les Mis, well, I mean, it's a kind of like fictional within the real event. So the surrounding stuff is pretty good. Oh, damn. That's going to be on third base. Damn. They're going to have a man on first and third are the Blue Jays. But yeah, the historical like context around it, yeah, that's pretty darn solid. So, yeah, but again, it's, it's a fictional thing within it. Sean, if I with the league nerfing the onside kick, what is your opinion on 4th and 15 instead of onside kick? It's not enough. 4th and 15 nowadays, especially in a passing-driven offensive league, it's not enough. I think it's got to be like 25. It's got to be. So, yeah. Look at that. Tom Grossi's right foot. Tom, I'm cold. I assure you, you're not. I had socks on. We're doing all right. Tom, you hit 500 subs. Let's go. Let's go. Tom, do you remember a joke from your stand-up days that just bombed, and do you remember the joke? Sure. There's jokes that have done incredibly well, and then that same joke is bombed. I tell that all the time. Like I was doing the comedy show at Stand Up New York in New York City. Crushed it on Wednesday. Went to a golf club on Friday, and it absolutely bombed, and not even a laugh. I'm trying to think of one that just like never did well. JC Tura, time started in 2020. Anything else before that, it's a myth. Let's make it 4th and 26. Get out of here. Just get out. Just get out. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. The bicycle joke always did well. That was always a strong opener. Banana Split. So that was also a thing too. So when I did my comedy album, it was 2 back-to-back shows on the same night. So I thought the second show, because it was later, was going to do better, but it turned out the first show did much, much better than the second one. So yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, you can say it's all for free. Go watch it on YouTube or Spotify. That's it. Do I support the tush push? Yeah, just get better. Get better at defending it. First NFL game I went to, Michael Strahan broke the record against Brett Favre. So that was 2001, 2002. Okay, Chan, it's hard to not to have my Commanders hat on going into Monday Night Football. Jaden not playing in Arrowhead's going to hurt so much. I'll be glad with the KC win, but I hope Washington can at least make it competitive for a bit. That's true, Ed. That's very true. As Matt defined, my favorite Norm Macdonald story was anytime he would bomb, he would go out in front and personally thank everyone for showing up when they left. I love it. Because bombing just starts with, it's... There are going to be nights where, you just don't do well, right? And it could be because your jokes suck. It could be because the audience is just not feeling you. It could be a litany of things. But yeah, once you stop being afraid of that, there's a power in it. And plus, when you're able to, play around, too, and acknowledge that you're bombing, usually that lightens the room up a little bit. Charlotte Tour got my first NFL cards pack. Pull a Josh Jacobs. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Favorite Pokemon game? Silver is really good, but I love OG Red. I do. Leaving the cold to 27. Of course. Exactly, Clayton. Excuse me. Slow with a tenner. We bought MGK tickets for 12.6 to the Pfizer to buys our 10-year-old daughter. He's her favorite. She's going to lose her mind. We can't wait. Hell yeah. Oh my God. I don't know why. I guess I'm just dying now. That's it. I thought it'd be a rock, but it turns out it's a cough. It's a cough. It's a cough due to cold. Oh yeah, enjoy the show. Pfizer's dope too, so it's pretty damn dope. Favorite joke from my sets? Yeah, it's a very long joke, and it's a callback joke. I'm so sorry. But it's when I talk about getting jumped when I was a freshman in high school, and then doing that callback later when I was teaching. So that's it. I'm about to die. About to die. So, yeah. Sean, Tom, a newish viewer. Oh, it's the biggest culture shock shift moving to Wisconsin. I would say, yeah, fan ear trophies right there. I am so sorry. The accessibility to things is pretty crazy. It's probably one of my favorite things about living in Wisconsin right now. 20 minutes away is anything we could ask for. We could go to, it's a little longer, but we go to Brewers game, downtown Milwaukee, any store we want to go to. So that's been super nice. We were able to walk into town earlier and pick up vegan ice cream and walk back. And so that's super duper nice. So yeah, it's been good. Janine, heading home from seeing one of my students who graduated last year, graduate from the Firefighter Academy. I got to see his dream come true. Hell yeah, Janine. Hells to the yeah. Cheers, cheers. Let's go. Ashley Terra, Tom and Maya, can you, Tom, please explain the reference to Ducks and Joey F? Not you, Maya. That would be weird to ask. Are you talking about from, Friends? You know about that? Are you talking about, you're talking about the sitcom Friends? Is that what it is? That's the only thing that I could think of. I don't know. I saw Friends, when I was a kid growing up, and that was about it. I could not tell you a single thing. Snow, paper, a ghost is the only thing that I got. So, Flacco with Ducks? I don't understand with Flacco either. Quack? I don't know with Ducks. I don't know. AFX2, we're not calling the World Series. We're watching it. Watching it right now. Bases are loaded. 2 outs right now. Dodgers on the mound. Let's go. Yeah, I got a tickle in my throat. Oh, that's a Stu Reich. Who's the most famous person who subscribed to you? Oh, I have no idea. I haven't really looked at who's subscribed to me. So, most famous person I've ever met? I'd imagine it's a football player. I've met, hold on real quick. Here's a pitch. Ooh, strike, 1-2 count. They gonna let him, They got to strand 3 guys on base? Hold on. Yeah, I've met Jordan Love. I've met Chris Berman. Aaron Jones. Yeah, I'm trying to think. LaFleur. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man, he's going to pop it up. Damn. All right, the Dodgers got out of it. It was bases loaded for the Blue Jays. I did meet Roger Goodell. It's true. Chris Fire, you plan on going to Badgers game for basketball this year? I would like to. It'd be cool to go to. Because was it the women's basketball team's really good, or was it the women's hockey team that's... Yeah, it was hockey, right? Might have been both. But yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be very, very cool. So, yeah, Rich Eisen. Yeah, Rich Eisen's up there. Obviously, it's all like related to sports, so... Hold on 1 second. I'm going to cough very loud. There we go. That should have gotten it out. I think so. Yeah, wrestlers. We met Bryan Danielson. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So, yeah. I brought Brian Branch. I did meet Seth Rollins. That is true. I saw him at Radio Row. I did meet Seth Rollins. I did. Yeah, cough it out. It's all good. All good. Goodell's the most famous robot you met. When I had a chance to actually ask him a question, I was like, hey, how things going with accessibility for fans? Men's hockey has always been hit or miss for the Badgers. One year they're good, not so good. The women's team has been really good. I think they beat their Gophers last year in the championship game. Hell yeah. Got to meet Darby after All In. Hell yeah. Gal State of Fire, most famous person you know outside of football YouTube? Yeah, Christian Watson's back on Sunday. So not related to sports at all? It's probably in the comedy realm then. Well, that's the thing. Like, I've met Chevy Chase because he was at a show I was at. I'm trying to think. Hold on. No, I don't know, man. Movie stars? I don't freaking know. Hold on. I gotta check now and see. Let's see. Who am I following on Instagram that I may have met before? Let's see. Pastor, of course. Of course. Girl with Mandy Rose. Yeah, the wrestler. Yeah, she was in my high school class. It was Amanda Sacamano. Yeah, I would say probably Chevy Chase. That's probably the largest one. Yeah, Chevy Chase. Yeah, he was, we were doing a comedy show. Chris Stewart, cheap fun. UW women's volleyball can be insane. Hell to the yeah. Hell to the yeah. That's my Rolodex. We're going through. It's no jokes. I know, just so many. In such a seated profession, how do you manage your health weight-wise? That's my secret, Captain. I don't eat. But no, other than that, I just try to be as active as possible outside of that. So, yeah, that's it. So, you get a chance to meet Burrow? No, I didn't meet Burrow. No. That'd be cool, but no. Yeah, no, I think that's about it. Let's get a dream D&D party. I'll go... If it's anything Lord of the Rings related, I feel like Stephen Colbert is such a wealth of knowledge, and I'm pretty sure that man has played D&D before. Gotta throw Jim Carrey in there. That'd be pretty fun. I think about that. Be good. See you too. Met Pat McAfee and the boys. It's true. It was technically in sports, so... But yeah, it's very, very true. I've been watching a lot more hockey. So, Perna and D&D, you could go see it. There is a clickbait episode in which we did D&D. I forced them to do it. So if I ever run into Mark Norman or Joe List while doing comedy, yeah, Mark Norman, I think I hosted a show that he was on in Westchester at some point. Kelsey with a 69. Boop. Nice. And it is minute 69. Oh, you hear that stuffiness? Sorry, I did that right into the mic. Nice. 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 Oh, we got 800 people in here on a random Friday night. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I am going to have to grab some water real quick. I'm going to grab another tissue, too. I don't know. I love how... I'm on my last pill, too. All right, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Chair, take over. Maya, throw a rock. Hi, Sinclair. Got myself a chicken burrito. Whew. Scans with fire. Chat quick while he's gone. Write random stuff in here to throw him off. I'll be so thrown off. I'll be so thrown off. Yeah, like there's comics. I'm trying to think of like big names. I won a contest and got to open for Andrew Scholes one time. And at that point, that's when he was on, is it Guy Code or Girl Code? It was like before his podcast. Tim Dillon, he was another guy before he blew up with his podcast. He was just doing pure stand-up. Did a couple shows with him. Yeah, I'd say that's just random comics. Ratified. Thanks for coming back to your official Chiefs play-by-play duty this week. I'm glad I didn't have to listen to Romo. I got you. Back to Jack with Fire. Do we have a kicker controversy? Go, Pack, go. If we do, it's the best problem that we could possibly have. It's the best one we could possibly have. So I don't think we have a controversy, but I'm very happy that we have two. Colin, thank you for the membership. Appreciate you. I have seen K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes. When I was in Green Bay a few weeks ago, I told the social media team, I was like, because Matthew Golden still doesn't have his first touchdown. I was like, if you don't have a K-pop Demon Hunters reference already lined up, you need to change that. So I told everybody, I've done the work. We'll see what happens, okay? I think we'll hopefully, if they don't have Golden playing, then I don't know what we're doing. Then I don't know what we're doing out here. That's a base hit. Dodgers got runners on first and second right now. Can you say anything about that Green Bay meeting? They're not yet. No, because I don't know if it's going to come to fruition yet. So we'll see. We'll see. Tom, why not have a scoreboard for the World Series? It's currently 0-0. I got you, fam. I mean, I don't think you're going to see like rapid changes, you know? But my favorite baseball streamer, of course. We got one out top of the second here. Hernandez is up right now. Kiki, do you love me? And it's a little high. A little bit high. Scans it with a fiver. Says, rural New York or rural Wisconsin, which has more natural beauty? Yeah, rural New York is mountainous, and I'm a big mountain guy. You know, so I feel like Wisconsin, it's just different. It's just flatter land, right? So, like, there's a lot of beauty. Like, right now, holy cow, man. The autumn here is insanely beautiful. Like, the trees, like, kind of like with the golden leaf, very, very nice. But yeah, rural New York, I'm a huge fan of just because of the mountains and the hiking aspect of it. So, I'm a big fan. One eats rocks. Probably shouldn't do that. It's probably not great for your health. Another base hit, and we're going to he's going home. And the Dodgers put up the first points in this World Series. Woo! I am a Drake May believer. I am. If I could play one position in baseball, what would you play? Fan. Spectator. Was that like an umpire cam or a catcher cam? What the heck was that view? Huh. The UP, I've heard, Steve, is very nice. I've heard it's very, very, very nice. Midwest Falls are beautiful, man. They have an ump cam? That was a pretty cool view. Okay. All right. Look at that. We use it lots in Toronto. That's pretty cool. All right, so now man on first and second. Dodgers up by 1. College hockey in the UP in Michigan. All right. That's fair. So good. Tom, come on, an actual baseball position, right field, wherever the ball is going to be hit to me the least, because I am not good at baseball. I can 100% say that due to my athletic ability, baseball is not my sport. It is 100% not. I played it when I was a kid, but yeah, I was not good at it. Not very good. Only downside falls when school starts. There you go. Why doesn't baseball just play ads during the boring parts like the NFL? I wish there was more ads here. I mean, thankfully, there's the Capital One ad that's right behind home plate. Thankfully. TD Bank on the jersey. Thank goodness, because I don't know if... Yeah, I'm trying to see what that other one is. What's that other ad? That looks like FanDuel betting or something that's on there. Okay. All right, so that's good. At least we're getting some advertisements here. Okay. Oh, Chevrolet. There we go. That's the other one. Now I know what car to buy, too. Oh, and it's a ball. Will I be first baseman? I don't know, man. Yeah, baseball, I feel like I even as a batter, like, I can hit it, but, you know, they start throwing heaters, it's not going to go well. But I never got over the fear of getting beamed by a fastball because I've gotten hit by a fastball before, and that son of a bitch hurt. So, yeah, I'm not into baseball playing. I love football. I will play football all day, every day. That'll be great. But, yeah, it does not feel good. No, it does not. It hurts a lot. So, that's it. Yeah, Weston, I don't post on there anymore. I don't do it anymore. But, yeah. Scanzo defines. Anyone else find it weird? Wisconsin doesn't have a pro hockey team, but freaking Florida has two. That's right. Hey, shout out to Milwaukee Admirals, though. Shout out. I have not really hiked a ton. Not yet. A loan system they use in European football. Is that, Sam, is that kind of like a farmer league that you have like players that play and then they get called up? Like that kind of thing? What position would I play in football? Wide receiver 1. Easy, of course. Hockey? Oh, God. Yeah, not goaltender. I would not be a good... Dude, you want to talk about doubting athletic ability. Yeah, hockey, I don't think I would be good at it all. Just the speed in which they're able to skate. I think that has to be, out of all the sports, that has to be one of, if not the hardest one. Like, to just pick up. Yeah, it's going to be. Oh, I have seen this in Adamant. It's not live, but if you offer wide receiver 2, you just turn it down, right? I mean, I don't even think I'd be offered it. They'd just see my tape and be like, wow. Bases loaded here. 0-1 pitch, 1 out, and fouled away. Hey, Tyree, appreciate that guy to you. I think after the Jaguars, I think that they need to establish the run again, and then I think that they will be better, but it has not looked good. Coach, I got sick, unfortunately, so that delayed it from last week. I am hoping to do some more work on it very soon. I mean, if everything goes well, I'm hoping to work on it next week. So that's the hope. Agree to sign a player from another team for 1 season, take the agreed salary. Oh, that's what you mean, Sam. Oh, no, they'd never do it. With the... what happens if like, those guys get hurt and stuff? So, yeah, I feel like that they wouldn't do that. Because especially with how the NFL wants it to be, they want to have those players under contract, especially early, for as cheap as possible. So I doubt that they would do it. That's pretty cool, though, Sam, that they have that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Besides Shohei and Vlad, who on each team would you like the Brewers to add to their team? Probably some pitching help would be nice. So I'll take their best pitchers. That's fine. Why not work at NFL HQ for the position scriptwriter? It's also true. Yes, there will be a Halloween Friday night Q&A, but not after that. Do you ever make appearances on other podcasts? Love to have you on when the Lions play the Packers next. Yes, I do. I did a bunch of them early on in the season. During the season's just really tough just because I'm working the amount that I'm working. So usually during the off season, I go on a ton of smaller podcasts and stuff just to spread some love. But it's just tougher during the actual season. Adam Fire, what would you say is the most embarrassing thing about you? I'm a grown-ass 25-year-old man and still partially cover my eyes at movie jump scares. Ooh. Amanda, we don't know if Jackson's playing on Sunday. Most embarrassing thing? Coke or Pepsi? Coke for back in the day. I don't drink either anymore. Most embarrassing thing. I would say I'm still not a fan of like needles, right? Like that one is that'll get it going. Because when I was a kid, I got poked a ton with needles, like going in and out of the hospital and stuff. And like it created a pretty decent phobia. So I was very not that. So like in movies, that's a no-no, but like in real life, that's a big no-no. I've gotten a lot better with needles. Like when I was a kid, they used to like hold me down because I would freak out. I don't have to do that anymore. So I can just be like, okay, take my blood. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but yeah, needles. That's a no-no for me. Wasps? Yo, I fought those hornets. I lost, but I fought them outside. I'll take them out. But, you know. Nathan, maybe during the playoffs. Something like that. Yeah, Watson posted. He should be back on Sunday. So, 24 surgeries, sick of needles. There you go, Ryu. That's how. It's just mindset. That's all. Never played the game Prey, then, if you hate needles. Okay. Is that the OG one? I know your thoughts on Matthew Golden. I think he's super talented. I think you're going to, again, I've said this since the beginning. They ease in their rookies. I think he's going to get more reps as the season goes along. So, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I've never passed out for blood being drawn. None of that. All right, with bases loaded, they got the third out, so only allowing one run. Dodgers up 1-0. But, yeah, I would say also, I used to be fine with snakes. I used to have a pet snake, and I used to like collect them in the backyard, like turning over rocks and stuff, and be like, oh, I have snakes. Then we'd let them go. But as time went on, I feel like snakes in the wild have become a no-no for me. Like danger noodles. If like I'm hiking a bunch, I was like, you know what? You stay over there. I'm good. Papa Grossi is terrified of snakes, so maybe that's where it came from. But yeah. Andrew DeFire just lost over 20 pounds. Hey! Let's freaking go, Andrew. Huge goal I've struggled with for a while. Hell yeah. Be proud of that, brother. I also had a baseball experience. It was awesome, man. Obviously, I would have liked to see if the Brewers win, but for Maya's mom, she hadn't been to a game in 34 years, never saw Ohtani play live. Totally worth it. It was amazing. So, it was very good. St. Patrick drove most of the snakes out of Wisconsin. We saw one a few weeks after we moved in. It was just a little garter snake, but yeah, it was a little guy. Because we have when we were back in New York, there was Big Mama who lived, it was a big ass garter snake who lived there. And there was a point where I walked out of my house and I was scooping poop in the yard. And I walked over to the side yard and I was walking around in flip-flops like I usually do, even if it's like winter, but I was walking out in flip-flops and I saw a snake and it was a garter snake. And I was like, okay, I know where you are. And then I looked to my right and there was another one. And then I turned around and there was another one. That was not a great moment for me. I was like, okay, I'd rather this not. And again, like garter snakes are not going to do anything to you. But that was something. I will say, here's an embarrassing story. This is a true story and Papa Grossi can attest to this. So I don't even know where it came from. I think it was like left from like the previous owner. For whatever reason, this was like 2 years ago, there was a car seat that I had to put out for bulk trash. I don't know if like my dad dropped it off and like I was going to put it on the curb. Bulk trash, like they come around and like all the stuff that's too bulky to fit in the trash, they come like once a month and they take it, right? So I had to drag it to the curb. I don't know why I had it though. But anyway, who cares? So I was on the phone with Papa Grossi. He's like, did you put it out yet? And I was like, oh, you know what? Let me go and do that. So I go to put it out and I'm dragging it behind me. And I hear something like in the grass and I hear it kind of like slithering. And I turn around and I see this enormous black snake that is literally following me down to the curb. The yell that came out of me, I hung up on my father. It was pretty significant. I high-kneed it all the way to my front door, ran in the house, closed it, because there was a large black snake that was following me. So, I was like, oh, okay, not so much. I called Papa Grossi back. He's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, there was a snake that was following me, and I'm like peeking around. I was like, holy crap, it must have been under the car seat. and I peek out, and I was like, oh my God, I see it. So I lean out of my front door, and I zoom in. So it was the strap from the car seat. So that wasn't my best moment. I've had better moments. I've had better moments. So that one was oh, okay. All right. Because we had like rat snakes, you know, like they're pretty common in New York. Like Maya and I have seen them a bunch when we were hiking. There was one when I was hiking with my cousin and Maya that was coming across the path, and I was just like, oh, no. And he was up. He was a Sarah. Yep, that was good. Those strap snakes, they'll get you. Van Tom, we need to put needles in perspective. Drawing blood is easy. Try getting 9 needles in your eye each year for 10 years. Why? Why are you getting needles in your eyeballs? I feel like that's not where they should be. I feel like that's not where they belong. KHA to fire. EPA director investigating chemtrails. I knew something was fishy when we got flash floods in AZ. Can't be doing anything else, obviously. Of course not. Of course not. Hey, never discount the venom of the elusive car seat strap snake. Tom, where do you put your needles? Diabetic bleeds? Brother, they gotta go in your eyes? What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a no for me. Zayadify. So as a Raiders fan, how do I get through this season? Hope that Genty continues to look good, and then pray you draft offensive linemen really darn well and a new quarterback. It's all temporary, right? It's all temporary. Yeah, that's a whole lot. Yeah, Comedy. I think if Lamar plays, I think the Ravens will win, but it was just, we didn't know on Wednesday. Screamed by a wolf spider when I opened my front door one morning. They are like blonde tarantulas. Those things are big. Spiders, I have gotten much better with. I catch a lot of spiders if they're like in the way, and I'll like set them free. But for the most part, I just leave them now. So yeah, spiders don't bother me too much. There's like some funky looking spiders where I'm like, okay, you know, I'd prefer you not to be in the house, but other than that. Lucky to fire your input. Why do you think Johnston for the Chargers got 0 targets for 0 points in fantasy? Herbert Fight Club? It probably is a Herbert Fight Club. But I was just mad, dude, with the emergence of Gadsden, I think it's just been a more reliable target, right? Like, they seem to the past 2 games to find, like, a really great target there. And McConkey, I think, is going to be the first rep, too. So, yeah, I don't know why he didn't get targeted at all, but I know he's been battling with some injuries and stuff, but just not his day. Balls with a 10 or 20, excuse me. Think if Darnold and Daniel Jones are in flukes, we'll see a return to letting rookies sit a few years. Saw a TikTok comparing the resurgence to the 70s, where QBs took a lot longer to develop different styles, honestly. Obviously, excuse me. I would say, we talked about this on GPS a bit. Also, I'm going to crack open a spotted cow. Ishi, how you doing? Good to see you. Get a little spotted going. You know what? I could probably throw these here in the fridge as well. I think it's always going to be subjective, and it's based on the team. My gut is saying no, and the reason being is because as the NFL has progressed and has gotten even more eyes on it and has become the most popular sport in the United States, and as they're expanding internationally, look at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a great example of this. The Patriots had Tom Brady. They win all those Super Bowls, right? Then they go through a period where they are not winning diddly squat. They don't have a franchise quarterback. And what happens because of that, ticket sales start going down. They get less primetime games. They start getting less, primo game spots, etc. So it legitimately alters a franchise for the worse if you don't have a franchise QB. So that being said, you are that in combination with GMs who are worried about their jobs, head coaches who are worried about their jobs. When they're look at the anticipation before the draft, right? Whenever you draft a guy like first overall or within the top 5 picks who's a quarterback, the idea is like, hey, we are going, wow, they didn't get a double play, and the guy went to third. Oh, that was dumb. Got him. Oh, that was dumb. Shouldn't have done that one. Blue Jays got caught trying to get to third, and that's the third out. So gonna be left with no runs. Anyway, so I feel like those outlying factors that have nothing to do even with the players themselves, because the majority of the teams that are drafting in the top 5, unless there was a trade, are bad teams. And so they're going to get thrown into the fire. So the problem is also the amount of time that head coaches are being given and GMs has been lesser as years have gone on. So yeah, I think there's just too many outside expectations and factors that go into starting a quarterback immediately. You know, if you spend that kind of draft capital, it's going to be like, damn, we need to start this person right now. And again, it might be just because the team sucks and they're worried about their jobs. You know? But if we talk about no QB development in college, it's hard to develop when they transfer every year. Oh, it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse. So, the Terry Shopsnake story reminds me of my grandma when we were traveling through Florida as a kid, who would see shredded tires on the side of the road and thought it was alligator parts. Tire gators. That's it. Gotta watch out for them. Just almost as bad as the drop bears in Australia. Balls 20, but with that, you yourself did say colleges aren't developing quarterbacks as well. I think unless college tweaks how quarterbacks learn, may end up at a point where teams have to wait. Sure, right? And that's going to be, let me put it this way. Quarterback is always going to be the most important position in football, right? And with that being said, if you don't have the kind of development foundation with like an offensive coordinator, a QB coach. I mean, you even look at Jordan Love, for example, right? When Jordan Love first started, I'm not talking about when he was starting as an actual starter. I mean, when he was first drafted, dude, the stories coming out about how bad he was were significant. And it really wasn't until you brought in Clemens who like completely changed it for Love, especially with his footwork. But Rodgers, too. You go back and you look at Aaron Rodgers and, like, those first few years, you go back and watch Aaron Rodgers preseason when he first came into the league. Dude, like, his throwing motion is, like, up here. It looks completely different from the Aaron Rodgers that would eventually develop. So, like, I will be very honest with you, Balls. Like, I agree with you. And I was saying this, obviously, as a Packers fan because the proof has been in the pudding. But QBs, like, when you are drafting a quarterback and you are expecting them to save your franchise, I think there are very few folks who can come out and immediately make that kind of difference unless they happen to go to a college where they were properly developed and readied for the NFL. I just feel like there are so many situations, especially with some of those bad squads too, that they're going to have bad O-lines, they're going to have bad coaching, and it's just going to create a position where it's like, hey, we're just going to move on and we're going to move on to the next, QB. You look at the Chicago Bears, right? They tried it with Trubisky. It worked out for a hot second. They went to the playoffs. They had a good run game and good defense. Then they threw Trubisky away. Then it was Justin Fields. Then Justin Fields didn't work out. Now it's Caleb Williams. They'll just continuously draft guys over and over and over again, and just GMs and head coaches will lose their job, and you just keep on going round and round and round. Tails, but it's a great conversation. It's why I love talking about, like, my favorite what ifs are about QBs. Tom says, who would win wild card if Steelers and Patriots? You were to pick when the time comes. Also, can't wait till you a million. Appreciate you, Tails. I might lean Patriots right this second. I might. Science Fire, I think it's going to take the Browns over the Patriots this week. It seems like a trap game. What do you think? Yeah, I talked about it in predictions. I think that it's the toughest defense that they're going up against. So I think it's going to be a challenge. I could definitely see the Patriots losing that game. Matt, appreciate you. Oh my God, Raz, yeah, he held that ball so high. So freaking high. Drop bears are the apex predators, true full metal. Tom, I'm actually doing a research project on the transfer portal. And that's what's really interesting too, because with the transfer portal and how that's going to impact the NFL, one of the big things was, because I've talked to a lot of collegiate athletes about this, before the transfer portal, right? Like, you still had athletes who were making money, right? And it was a little bit shadier and there was things under the table regardless, but not the kind of money that they can make now. And so collegiate players were highly incentivized to go to the NFL ASAP. So you would see guys in like their junior year who would go and they would say, okay, that was a really good call by the ump. Yeah, he missed that base completely. So they would be incentivized even if they weren't fully ready to go to the NFL because like they were broke as hell, man. Like they were just college students, and if they weren't a big name, they weren't making really any money. And so now that that has changed, you might see college players stick around longer, especially if they're in a good system and they're able to make a bunch of money in college. So it's going to be really interesting to see how in the next few years that is going to alter how things go in the NFL. I mean, the problem is also, too, and this is kind of how it's always been, though, you're going to have some of the larger schools who have more of a budget and have the money. They are going to get the better players, right? And so that's going to create pockets where you're not going to have maybe the development you want to see some out of the other schools. However, and this is how it's always been, too, for those smaller schools, that's how some guys can go under the radar, and that's how you can get draft steals. So, yeah, I think so. Yeah, Gary was pretty young, G. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Mahomes is Project QB. Dude, he sat for a full year. And he sat behind Alex Smith. Yeah, I'm watching the World Series right now. He sat behind Alex Smith, and he has gone on record many times saying that that was so beneficial for him. So, yeah. That's it. Yeah, but also fully supportive NIL money. I mean, well, that's the thing, too. The NCAA makes so much effing money. It was absurd. And especially when you're using, like, players' likeness and all that great stuff, and players weren't seeing any of that, I'm never going to agree with that. But now, like, the fact that they're actually, making money, I think that's better for players. However, I think there are some downsides, especially with the transfer portal and stuff. Yeah, Arch Manning going into 2026, dude, he's making money, and he needs to develop, right? So, Tommy, think about adding a ballroom to the house. No, I'm all right. I'm okay. I don't think so. Maybe we'll get a bunch of sponsors for it. Jets could have ruined Mahomes. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, there's so many what-if stories. Because there's, I think that there's possibilities where you could have had quarterbacks that really, if they were able to develop and they had the coaching behind it, they could have been better players. So, it's tough, man. It's tough. Oh, Alex Smith, exactly, Matty. I could not agree more. One of the best QBs he could have sat behind. Abso-freaking-lutely. Did Jey Uso turn on Jimmy Uso? I would assume that's what was going to happen, right? Because he threw him over for the Battle Royale. I just saw the highlight of it. So, Lamar was backup. Yeah, man. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts, too, right? Hurts was backup. He was drafted in the second round. So, that's tough, Shockmaster. That's tough. Uso CM Punk does not interest me in the slightest, man. Like, not even a little bit. They just did that match like 2 weeks ago on Raw, and I don't care. I don't care. Pets are doing good, guy. They're doing well. I clipped some nails today. So. Legos, today your birthday? Happy freaking fracking birthday. Let's go. Giannis, 31 points, 20 rebounds, 7 assists. Oh, let's go. He was amazing when we went for the opener. So, Playful. Thank you so much for watching Scripted. I appreciate you. The redrafts, yeah. I mean, Tom Brady, man. Who knows if Tom Brady even gets a shot? Like, we live in a world where it would have been very possible that nobody knows Tom Brady's name. And he never gets an opportunity to be a starter. I mean, the amount of things that have to have gone right for him, and wrong for other players as well. Andrew Luck has to be the most wasted potential of any NFL player. He's up there. He's up there. I mean, you got to see some of his potential, though. I mean, like, he was a good freaking quarterback, man. I mean, he was probably one of the most slam dunk prospects to come out of the draft in a long, long time. So, yeah, it's just a shame, dude. I remember exactly where I was when he retired, man. And it was like, I'm sorry, what? No, he got ruined. They never gave him an O-line. So, except for any of the greats, right timing and circumstances. Dude, if Rodgers got thrown out there immediately, who knows? Who knows? Because that's the problem, too. Yeah, RG3, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, you talk about, dude, that injury, I remember that was tough, man. That was tough. That's a base hit. Ooh, are they going to be able to go home? And the Dodgers, yep, they're going to be up 2-0. Oh, they're stranded a guy between second and third right now. All right, after that, it's going to be 2-0 Dodgers. Top of the third, man on first and second. Biggest shocker this year, Daniel Jones being great, the Ravens being horrible. You definitely look at some injuries to the Ravens, especially without Lamar Jackson. That's what you can blame their recent woes on. I would say, though, I did not expect the Colts to be good. I did not expect them at all. The Ravens, I also didn't expect them to be bad, but yeah, I think the Colts it's pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts. Aaron, Brady goes to any other team. Bledsoe doesn't get hurt. Tom would still be the GOAT of insurance sales. Maybe with a tenor. Tom started my own YouTube channel about random history topics that people don't usually think about. You have any tips on starting out and learning how to edit videos? A lot of folks use Premiere. I have never learned to do it on Premiere, but I would say while it's expensive and a pain in the ass, it's worth learning because you'll be able to do more with it. So, yeah, that's it. I would do that. Just learn, watch a lot of YouTube videos on it. So, that's it. Rashard Smith. Yeah. And he's been interesting. Like, he's been a nice change of pace running back. So, yep. Yeah, or strike. I wouldn't be surprised. I know that Harbaugh, a lot of fans are getting over that real quick. Bucks win. Let's go. Tom's editing program so far advanced. Yep. Editing on my 2012 13-year-old program. I did pick the Dodgers. Yeah, I picked the Dodgers to get the win here. Hampson, Tom, for the next 30 and 30, I want to meet up. I probably want to avoid being in a video. Is there a way to avoid that? Yeah. I only put folks, so what I say this to every single time that we do a fan meetup. So it's like, okay, do you want to be in the video? Some people go, yay. Some people say, no, thank you. They just step to the side. I get the whole group. And then if you just ask not to be in a video, I wouldn't put you in a video. I only film people who say that they want to be in videos. So, yeah, it's not, don't worry about that at all, Hampson. They respect everybody's privacy to not be on film. What's the best what if you could make in a video? What's the best what if? Oh, it'd probably be a quarterback. I have to think about that. I think so. Sirens with a fire. Tom, think the NFL should recycle the scorebuds from 2015. Current ones and the other ones from ESPN are cheap looking. Probably not paying a whole lot of graphic designers right now. Mm-hmm. So, oh yeah, I gotta respect that privacy, especially now too. I mean, with the amount of cameras that are out there, and it's just, you know, when creators walking around and just putting like cameras in people's face. When I film, I try to do it in a way that is the least intrusive possible and not get anybody on film without asking, because that's how it should be, man. You know? That's it. Oh, yeah, I can do a ring update. I haven't checked that out in a hot minute. All right, let's see what we got. Let's pull up the Ring app. Let's see what's going on in New York. Oh, and I got an update. Search Party is coming soon. Starting next month, your outdoor Ring cameras can help reunite lost dogs with their families. Hold on. I'm a Dodgers fan, hoping for another championship. Could go back to back. Search Party lets you use your outdoor Ring cameras to help neighbors in your area by automatically finding relevant videos, starting with lost pets. Search Party will enable your outdoor Ring camera to help reunite lost dogs with their families. When a neighbor reports a missing dog, your camera uses AI to start the search. So they're just going to start looking at people's Ring cameras? I like for reuniting puppies, but I don't... Slippery slopes. Oh, but it's for the puppers. Heather to fire. How'd you meet all the clickbait guys? And how'd you decide to work together? P.S. My kingdom for a guy for under 40 to win the WWE Championship. I met Perna first in 2015. I went on the Broncos subreddit saying I needed a Broncos fan, which is how I did it for all of my original podcasts. I got introduced to Perna. And then I found Tree's videos just as like a YouTuber in the sports realm. But yeah, Perna was the one who suggested clickbait get started, and he was the one who emailed all of us and was like, let's do a show. Gallup Tour says, Sean Payton wanted Mahomes if Breeze trained him. Oh my God. But Breeze would have kept playing for a while, you know? JC Tour, the NFL needs Perna designed scorebuds. All right. Here's one from an hour ago, and it just says, this cat in my yard last few days. And it's a cat. We got a cat. Dream one-on-one wrestling match. Kurt Angle, Bret Hart is up there. Angle Danielson's up there. Oh my God, Angle, Zack Sabre Jr. would be insane. Rock, Shawn Michaels has to be up there too. Yeah. It says, cat was very friendly, was meowing when I got home today and wanted to be pet. No collar. Is anyone missing their cat? What a beauty. Very clean and good shape. Has a home. Check with the vet to see if microchipped. Looks like a special breed cat. Beautiful. Where was she found? Okay, that was it. Another gato. That's a very pretty gato. Okay, here we go. Now this is what we want. Daniel to fire. More like connect to Palantir. Yeah. Right? No, it's fine. Let's just all be under surveillance. Is the high school track usable by residents during non-school hours? Neighbor 5, only one way to find out. There you go. Go to somewhere else. Yes, 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 no. Okay, maybe. Anyone else experiencing disruption to our water service in the nearby area? They're flushing all the hydrants today. Water department's flushing hydrants. Okay. That got answered very, very quickly. Gravy and biscuits or biscuits and gravy? Biscuits and gravy, of course. Okay. That's an ad. Another cat. All right, 4 days. What's with these people shooting off fireworks on a Monday night? 3 question marks. Any idea? 4 question marks. Best guess is the Indian Diwali celebrations. Happy Diwali. Fireworks is the Diwali fireworks. Also International Sloth Day. Better than the usual gunshots that normally go off 20 times a week. I don't think that happens. Why not? Football game? Was it that bothersome? If it was for a cultural event, I am sure this could be understood, as well as for a sporting event. Let's show some support to those around us. Yes, fireworks can be annoying, but sometimes they aren't being used to be a nuisance and are being used in a celebratory fashion. Neighbor 26, that was a very long run-on sentence, but I agree. I like that. I like that. We'll call the police. 50 comments 4 days ago. Anyone hear the loud noises coming from different directions, sounding like explosions or shots or maybe fireworks? There are 50 comments. I'm guessing celebrating Diwali. I heard it. Yes, it almost sounded like fireworks. Sounds like gunshots. Yes. Nope. We heard it from our house too. Very loud. B-52s. I hear them too. My dog is going crazy. Probably one of those 3 then. I heard it. Notify police. Yes. So loud. 2 exclamation points. Yes, I was wondering as well. I'm thinking fireworks. Yes. ... Sounds like fireworks, but from different directions. ... Yes, ridiculous. Sounds like fireworks. Yes. Yup. This used to be a great community to live. Unfortunately, evil personalities are presently near. Gotta watch out, folks. Evil personalities are presently near, with an additional space and a capital P for presently. I can't. Sounded like fireworks. Yes, I did. Maybe fireworks. I see posts about explosions, fireworks, or gunshots about every other month. I used to hear them, but now I think I'm tuning them out. I heard it. Sounds like fireworks. Yes, what is it? Maybe fireworks, but most likely gunshots. Yep, my dog was going nuts. Heard it through the grapevine. For the love of God, why are we still shooting off fireworks in October, and on a Monday, no less? Clearly, cops don't do anything about it, even though it's illegal. I was dog sitting recently, and someone let off fireworks at like 1 a.m. Poor dog couldn't stop shaking. That was a run-on sentence. Sounded like fireworks. Yes, definitely fireworks. Heard the sparklers. Gang activity? I heard it shook my home. Yes, heard it. Fireworks sounded like to me. Yes. Sounds like fireworks. Yes. No. It's fireworks. Evil personalities are presently near is the real life equivalent of you cannot fast travel while enemies are near. Facts. Facts. Okay. Your water bill, ... Are you being charged $5 fee to rent a meter and also some other bogus charge until you get charged for the water? I'm wondering if I'm the only one. Can we do anything about this? Florida Fire. Becoming an NBA scriptwriter is crazy, especially when the FBI shows up. It's all fun and games till they start knocking. Neighbor 7. It's another money grabber. Complain to the town supervisor who's in charge. I had a meter for 40 years. Now I'm being charged. If we have a meter, why are we not paying for actual usage? Original neighbor, bunch of liars and crooks. All right. 800 feet down, not going dry here. Not paying the man. Guess that's for a well. I live off Cactus. Okay. Yes, we are in $1.98 fee to pay online. This is the highest bill we've had in the past year. Very little water use, by the way. It's for maintenance of the water system. Con Ed has charges like this too. It's to maintain the system. Yes, it was added recently. My well ran dry, so I give anything to be able to be in community water at this point. So any fee to rent, I welcome. It sucks not having water, and I pray for rain. Call the IRS. I did, and they said neighbor 30 is going to get a New Year's surprise. Okay. Yeah, video, I get that. I get that. Okay. Dogs. Snowplow. Plumber. Okay. Dog sitter. Anyone have low water pressure? No, I just went for my physical and my prostate is good. Thank you for asking. First comment. There you go. Trench with a fiber. If no one asked, was the Packers' greater rival, Vikings or Bears, and why? It's the Bears. The Bears traditionally, just because, oldest rivalries in the NFL. They have so much shared history between the two. So that's why. But I hate the Vikings personally more just because I think more recently it's been more of a rivalry within the past 10, 15 years. But yeah, just because of historically. All right. Lost dog. Did anyone lose power? Dog. Air duct. Cleanup. Dog. I think that might be it. Oh, hold on. Yellow Jacket sightings. Has anyone else seen them in their home? We've been seeing them for months and just called an exterminator to inspect, but they could not see where they were coming from. We've been killing them and seeing them dead for a while and don't want to get stung. Thank you for your assistance. There can be any number of ways they're getting into your house. Bad window, hole in the house, chimney, drawer vent, and the list goes on. Asking the next door community is only going to get you 100 different answers from people with zero familiarity with your specific home. You should get another exterminator to come out and express your concerns about the last one being unable to find the source. Check Google reviews to see who's been around and knows what they're doing versus the rookies out there. An experienced one should find the source. That actually is helpful. I know exactly where they're coming in from. Outside. Yep. Did you call the police? Are you missing anything? There you go. That's yes, the Yellow Jackets are the evil personalities. It is true. On 64 comments here, and this is the last one. School district closed of not tomorrow. They left a very ambiguous message saying sports and transportation, period, tomorrow are canceled, comma, but he didn't say anything about classes. It did not specify if the transportation is for the sports only or transportation in general for the schools. There are 64 comments. Schools closed. Neighbor goes, when? Tomorrow, closed for Columbus Day. How the heck do parents not know this? Scary. It's Columbus Day, no classes. Thank you all for responding and for your help. I work for a state college and they are open, hence my confusion. Schools are closed tomorrow. It's Columbus Day. Not sure what district you're asking about, but tomorrow's Columbus. It's literally just Columbus Day 64 times. Yep. That's what we got. That's what we got. So things are still going well. That's still going well so far, it seems. Old neighbors, it's a crazy time. We got evil personalities that are around. It's just... Does anyone know why schools are closed all of a sudden? Oh, the holiday? Got it. I don't know, Chad. I probably would stream a game, though. I'd stream a hockey game. That'd be fun. So, please stay safe. Thankfully, I got out of New York where all the evil personalities apparently are. So, thank goodness we left. We would be calling the police all the time. That's it. Oh, I can't wait for the snow thieves to come back as well. Is there anything in the Wisconsin ring? Oh, let's say Maya's going to check the Wisconsin ring. Dan, I think just Sunday Night Football. I think. Tom, what's your opinion on taxpayers constantly getting the bill for building all these new NFL stadiums? It's a whole bunch of BS. Because while you do have employment, right? You have employment for the stadiums as well, but you're having the majority of the profits that are going to the people that are building it who are already multimillionaires and billionaires. Oh, a real call to police. What do we got? Man walking around shooting a gun at the ground? Oh, all right. Call the police. Call the police. Oh, it's come to Wisconsin. That's true. All right. You know what? Listen, you just shoot that ground. Bellator, did you know it was Columbus Day? I didn't know. A real post and an evil personality has made their way here. Oh. Spectrum outage? I think that might have been me posting it.
Mine is still working. Call them and ask for a refund.
Ask for a refund. That'd be great. And that's it. Time honoring local climb like Batman. That's right. That's right. We out here. How do I feel about Bo Nix? I'd like him to play better than besides the fourth quarter. But I think he's okay. I think he's all right. I want to see how he does the rest of the season. His long ball accuracy is kind of meh. But I think they could obviously win. You know, they have a great defense, so I think it's just about the support team around them and if they actually are able to run the football. Indigenous People Day. That's right. That's right. So, Tom, were you always a Packers fan? Yep. Always Packers fan. Since I was 6, 7 years old. That's it. Why play 4 quarters when 1 quarter work? Now we're talking. JSN, yeah, he's up there for one of the best receivers in the league right now. Are the Vikings evil personalities? Yes. Is just me or these mid-game interviews with coaches and players pointless? Oh, no, they're pointless. Yeah, because it's always just coach speak, man. Ooh, struck the Dodgers out there. 1 out, top of the 4th as the Dodgers leading in 2-0. It's just, you never really are going to get real answers. So, what NFL fan is the most and least fun to play as? It depends on the week, right? There's sometimes where it's just boring, but it depends on what's going on. Nate, what do you think about Scat versus the Eagles D? I think it's going to be different this time because they have Jalen Carter, who was not playing last time at MetLife. So I got the Eagles defense rocking. Spectrum or the Vikings? Oh, boy. That's tough, man. One's the purple incarnation of Satan, and the other's just a really bad cable company. I know they took Royal Rumble predictions. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. Oh, I don't even know who wins this year. Oh, man, I don't know. Yeah. Blood money wins. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Maybe, I mean, I'd love that they give it to like an up-and-comer, but maybe they give it to Breaker, maybe? That'd be fun. Retro to Fire. Evil Personalities would be a dope band name, not gonna lie. Called it. Joe, even Tom, I'm really happy for all football content right now, especially last week. I rolled my ankle, and it's the worst I've ever done it. Go Pack. Oh, Joe, no good. Oh, good. I hope things get better with the ankle. Liv Morgan return win. Could definitely happen. Oh, you think Roman? Ooh. Up-and-comer, so like a 38-year-old. Exactly, Parts. Exactly. You know, an up-and-comer. They're under 40. Oh, my God. Tom, if you had to make the stream, make videos about something non-sports related, what would you do? Coach. I would do coach. Yeah, no, I want to do this gambling video, and I feel like it's even more relevant now. So, I think Sammy's going to win. Yeah, Dan, it's just not great. I have a tinge of optimism as a Steelers fan. Should I go to a doctor? Maybe, but I get the optimism. Favorite Rainbow Kitten surprise on the new album? Ooh, that's a really good question. 100 Summers is really good, but lately there's a couple songs. King has been really good. I think Murder's pretty solid, but it's that last one. I just forget what the heck it's called. Let's see here. What's that last one called? I think it's with a T. Yeah, Tropics. Kevin! Thank you for the 5 memberships. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, Tropics is really good. Tropics is, I'm really like, Hell Nah, also growing on me a lot too, but Tropics, very good. Any fun plans for tomorrow? Just relaxing and resting? I think we're going to be just chilling a little bit. We went pumpkin picking yesterday, so we got some pumpkins. We decorated the house a little bit for some Halloween, so that was good. Thomas, want to check in? I'm going to listen to music on my headphones. Party on, everyone. Hey, Jeff. I appreciate the heck out of you. Packers look like they will make the playoffs. There's someone you do not want to meet for their first game they play, the 49ers. I never want to see the 49ers. The Eagles would be tough again, I think. So, we'll see. Am I supposed to foreshadow Green Bay doing something special? I mean, I think Sunday's just going to be a good game. I'm excited. I would love to do the gambling video. That's just going to have to... Yeah, there's a few approaches I want to do there. I got to look up a bunch of stuff. I've been trying to chip away at it. That's going to have to be like a day off where I just record that. Yeah. I do want to do it, and I do feel like it's super relevant right now. Skybird, ended up watching a 3-hour video on the Roman history. It feels like they fell upward for 1,000 years before finally going away permanently. Well, the problem, and thankfully there is no connection to today's society. The problem with Rome, is one, it got way, way too big. In real talk, it got way, way too big. And to try and govern all of that, that's why like Alexander the Great, obviously not Roman Empire, but Alexander the Great going and conquering all those territories, never really got an opportunity to be a ruler, but it was going to be near impossible. And the fact that the Roman Empire got as large as it was is pretty insane. that being said, within, like, if we're talking about like Rome, and not until it became the Byzantine Empire over on the eastern side, is that the gap between the rich and the poor got so significant that it really wasn't sustainable. You obviously have outside invaders who are going to be a huge problem as well, but they are spending insane amounts of money. The Colosseum is being used as basically, hey, let's get people not to revolt. They could just go watch people killing each other and animals and all that. But yeah, the gap between rich and poor just got so significant. Politicians became less and less effective. They really dropped off significantly. Augustus is like probably one of the last good ones. Yeah, Octavian's pretty good, but yeah, it gets pretty bad. Sounds familiar? Probably just because you heard about Rome before. But yeah, I mean, that's just where it goes. It's just the gap gets so big. And unfortunately, like, this is, if you study history, like, this happens in a lot of different empires / countries. I mean, you look at the gap because what happens is corruption takes over. They make more and more money, and the benefits go to the elites and the ultra wealthy, and it doesn't trickle down crazy enough. And yeah, things get more problematic. The amount of homeless folks that were in the capital of Rome, like, it was insane. Like, you just had a ton of people living on the streets because they had nothing else. So yeah, that's it. Bread and wine, stay on the streets. Exactly, Trenchcoat. Exactly. Rome was a bad thing? No, but it turned into an empire that was unsustainable because, just like anything, you know, if you're going to be a republic, you need to have representatives that actually represent you. And unfortunately, as time went on, they got richer and richer and started just benefiting themselves, and that's a very small group of people, but it just collapses. So, Sachs I have not, but I would love to go. I would love to go. I know, dude. Absurd. How the Roman Empire collapsed? It's that. You look at their economics, it's really terrible. You look at food growth, you look at outside invaders, and eventually the leadership is so incompetent, you know, they have like a literal child that's on the throne. Alex Turner sounds awfully familiar. I don't know what you mean. No, I don't know. Kevin! Woo! Thank you for 10 memberships. I appreciate that out of you. Evil Personality has entered the chat. So, yeah, man. It's, and it's so large. It's so large. So, British Empire is pretty resilient. Yeah, but even they do decolonization, right? They go through a lot of ups and downs. Never conquered Scotland. We need to rework the way companies go public and owners maintain so much stock ownership. There's a few things we gotta. Tyler, what's going on, brother? Saying we've got a lot to clean up beyond the plumbing situation. We knew the homeless would put up a fight. Going to have to bring our best wine from here on out. Roman leaders at the half. Yep. Joshua Defire. Rome was a learning lesson for our founding fathers. It's why we are literally 50 sovereign countries united under a constitution. Yep. You go around these United States, it's so funny. You look at the NFL, which is just 32 teams that are 30. Oh, is that a home run? Oh, no, it hits the wall. That's close, though. That's a good hit by the Blue Jays. But yeah, you have 32 different teams. Like, it's the same exact thing in the United States, man. Like, you have 50 states. There is not a ton of collaboration, right? And you could see remarkably different conditions from one state to another. And that's why it's so important to, like, vote and, you know, make sure you're represented in local elections and state elections, because that is going to have the most profound impact on your daily life. So, yeah. Oh, just call me. Yeah, The Long Walk. Everyone has been saying it's been great. Is it out on streaming yet? Is it there? So, but yeah. No, it's ooh, it bounces off the wall. Nice. Oh, that's a home run. Damn. Oh, we got a tie game. That's a 2-run homer. And Toronto just freaking did it. That's Varsho. We got a tie ball game here in game 1. Oh, that's how you watched it? Hell yeah, just got me. Love it. Love it. I would really like to actually watch that. Do you want to watch that? Oh. Got it. It's great. I do Saks Guy. Yeah, I couldn't afford $250 when I was in college, but I got it the last time they went on sale for the stock. So, in most cities these days, see drastic differences from one block to the next. Also true. Tower of the Fire. What happens when we don't learn from our history? Education's overrated. We don't need it. We don't need the education. That's it. Who needs to do any of this stuff? We just need to make sure that we can use AI. That's going to save us. It'll be great. It'll be great. America's the only country that has the First Amendment freedom of speech and has a right for its citizens to bear arms. Well, I mean, there's freedom of speech in other places. Yeah, the bearing arms, you know, that does make America unique, for better or for worse. I think there's some great aspects about it, and then there's some unintended consequences about it. So, I can't hide from the Vikings, Timothy. We're coming from evil personality. I knew it was you. I knew I was elected to lead, not to read. Josh Taylor, would you agree the EU is modeled off the US? Well, the EU was actually created post-World War II to directly compete with the United States in steel manufacturing. So because you have the United States, especially during World War II, there's still like the United States steel manufacturing is absolutely insane. It's literally the best in the world. And the EU, like, this is a way for them to like compete as an economy together. So you have some collaboration. Obviously, over time, things change, but that's one of the major reasons why it exists. Oh, that's another deep shot, and it's going to be caught. 2 outs. 2 outs. So, Sun's first dance almost marred by a gun threat. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. AI takes away, and then you have the beginning of the Dune series. Maybe we'll get some good music, though. Who's going to be Paul Atreides? Didn't have a standing army. Very true, education. Very, very, very true. But it was a lot more of like collaboration on the economic standpoint too. And plus, post-World War I, you have a very different economic situation, right? The US, they are like, hey, League of Nations. Also, we're not joining. F off. They go for more isolationism. Britain, they're just like, hey, yeah, continental Europe, that's kind of for you to figure out. Also, screw you, Germany, pay us back. And then France is kind of left to deal with the wrath of Germany as the Germans are pissed and their economy is in the crapper. So post-World War II, there's a lot more collaboration because they figure after World War I and all the terrible economic conditions, that creates a lot of the rationale why the general public is going to turn to strong men, like, you know, the strongman theory and fascists and just the one leader. So, yep. Dune 2 and IMAX. Oh my God, so good, Scott. I can't wait for the third one. I cannot wait. So. Snacks guy. Q&A. We talk about everything over here. We do. Tom, what do you think about the British loyalists who lived in the colonies during the American Revolution? I mean, for a while, everybody was a British loyalist until they weren't anymore. So, I mean, you know? Oh, Dune 2 was so good. It was so good. When's the next history lesson stream? I was actually thinking about that. I have to check out because I've done imperialism, I've done World War I, I've done post-World War I. I don't think, did I ever do World War II here? I don't remember. There you go, squirrel. Let's go. Streaming tomorrow, Saturday? No. Nay. Oh, no, I don't know if I actually did World War II. I think I didn't. Let me see. Haitian Revolution, one of the most important revolutions. Let me see. I don't think I did this. I'd have to just go through. I don't know what YouTube's policy is on, like, because I have a lot of historical images in here, and there's stuff from, like, the Holocaust, so there's, like, also, like, the rise of Nazism, so there's, like, swastikas and stuff, so I just don't know if that is allowed. I have to check there. Yeah, because this is all about Russia. Yeah. Okay, hold on one second. I got me yesterday's notes. I got you. 30 Years' War, yep. Okay, this is Italy. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would, like, get dinged here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Spanish Civil War, you mean World War 1.5, where you just have the Russians and the Germans are like, let's try out all this new technology. Let's see what we got. Guernica gets created, though. Great piece of art. I could also just try to remove these. I don't think, yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to remove this, though, because it kind of takes away some of the issue, like, you know, some of the bigger stuff. I haven't done World War II from what I've seen, but I'll be there when Bell's on. The funny mustache man's name is frowned upon by YouTube, if I understand that right. I could always demonetize it, too. I can actually reach out to my rep and see if I can, see if there's going to be an issue. I can't imagine there is. I mean, it's literal history. Right, fire. Brandon Graham coming back to help a stagnant pass rush, and Sweat and Williams left and such. I hope he picks up right where he left off. All right, so, I mean, I do love this lesson. It's a great lesson. It's also, we would not be able to do this in a singular stream, because it's 202 slides. Because it's the lead up to World War II also. I'm just going through it right now. If a strong government finds that it can with impunity destroy a weak people, then the hour has struck for that weak people to appeal to the League of Nations to give it judgment in all freedom. God and history will remember your judgment. Emperor of Ethiopia was not wrong. There's Guernica. You got 5 minutes. Done. Yeah, if it's not monetized, I think I should be fine. I don't care about monetizing it. This is, I always show this. So when they go into Austria and they're like, hey, we're going to have a vote on if Austria should join up with Germany. This is actually one of my favorite images. So they're like, hey, we're going to be super duper fair. We're going to let people vote. So it's from 1938. So hold on, let me do this. Is this on? It is. So, voting ballot from April 10th, 1938. So, they go into Austria. It reads, do you agree with the reunification of Austria with the German Reich that was enacted on the 13th of March, 1938? And do you vote for the party of our leader, Adolf Hitler? The large circle is labeled yes, and the smaller is no. It's... There you go. That's, just the big one. Yes. No. No. Totally good. Totally good. It's great. All right, so let's get rid of this. Yeah, I'm just looking at this again. Okay. Let's put this. Was it still Austria-Hungary? No, Austria-Hungary's gone in 1918. It's gone post-World War I. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, perfectly centered. Exactly. No, I mean, dude, you want to talk about, like, if you just want to study, you know, besides all the horrible things, just as a history teacher, objectively studying the rise of propaganda and how it's actually utilized, it's insane, man. Like, because World War I, there's propaganda. World War II is... It's on steroids, man. It is freaking crazy. Well, if I see Matthew Golden has a hip injury, may not play on Sunday. Do you have cleats and a helmet, good sir? I got you. Oh, no, it's wild. I mean, just the amount. Oh, there's Chamberlain. I've secured peace for our times. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. The Polish cavalry in 1939. And frickin' Germans had Panzers and Luftwaffe. Jesus. Yeah, no, I love this lesson. Yeah, because I also do, do I still have that? This is a lesson. This would definitely have to be probably demonetized. Let me see here. Because there's, time sync. Yeah, 2-2 count, 1 out here at the top of the 5th. 2-2 ball game right now. Good old appeasement. There's because AP Euro, like, you talk about the Holocaust in World War II, but, like, there is not as much of an emphasis just because there's so much content to get through. Jacob Fire, check out Sleep Token. Yeah, I listened to them before. Yeah, I would say pretty recently. They're pretty solid. They're good. I just had a single, by the way. But because of that, I did an extra lesson. It was after school about the history of anti-Semitism. I gotta see if I can find that. Let's see. Anti-Semitism. Oh, maybe it's not here. I have to find that, but... Yeah, that's also a really, really good lesson. But yeah, no, the World War II one is good. There are definitely some images there, but I feel like there's been a lot of, at least I'm just speaking for myself, when I learned about the Holocaust, you know, there are the usual imagery of just like the horrid conditions and what they do to people. But there are other images that I use that I think have a more profound effect. Like when you start to see the piles of like glasses, the piles of wedding rings, like this one, there's nothing graphic, but like this, like in each, like that was a freaking person, man. Like who was mad? Like that's where it gets, oh my God, it's horrific, man. You know, so we have those, but yeah, I just have to check with YouTube and see if that's cool. Again, if I demonetize it, I think it's fine. Yeah, so what I do, and this is usually super duper effective, I show all those imagery, and then I show this. This usually gets the point across. So after showing like all the horrible images of the Holocaust, I show this. So these are the Nazi barracks outside of a concentration camp, and I don't tell students that they are the Nazi officers. And you see, like, they are singing, they're dancing, they're having a great time, they're playing accordions, they're rocking, they're taking group photos, and literally less than a mile away, you have a full-blown concentration camp. So I show this because I think it's very easy to write off people who do horrific things and go, oh, well, this is this small group of people. Like, that's not going to happen again. But no, like the scarier thing is that it's like everyday normal people who get pulled into this thing. And there's reasons for that. So yeah, man, I did see Zone of Interest, dude. Holy God, yeah, like they're planting the flowers and stuff. The sound design out of Zone of Interest is a pure horror film. Pure horror. So, yeah, it's a tough watch, but yeah, Night, exactly. Museum of Tolerance in LA. Yeah, it's wild. So, had Japanese Jesuits show up at my door. Not on your bingo card today. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Mm-hmm. Oh, liberating the camps. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a thing. Heather, my mom went to visit Auschwitz. The glasses photo was astounding. That's the thing too. Like I have, just from a historical standpoint, I definitely do have interest in going. It's just that's gonna be tough. I say Russell Day Fire. I say Tom, we think makes Justin Herbert happier. Madison Beer or Joe Alt? It's Joe Alt. It is Joe Alt. Definitely. Lots of new Kraken jerseys. Glows in the dark, man. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. Come on now. Yeah, man. It's terrible stuff. Exactly. I want to go, but I don't want to go. Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. Come and See was about the Nazi occupation. Yeah, during World War II. I haven't seen that movie, but I know of it. Jared Fire. Crazy. I've seen some of these pics years ago in high school. Keep educating. Also, last week's charity was awesome to help the haters. Appreciate you, Jared. Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, it's history, man. It's and I think the history, the most important part about it, right, is obviously you learn about the tragedy and the travesty and the way that people treat other people. The Holocaust is not something that happens overnight. It is a very slow, dehumanizing, basing off of propaganda, gets to a point where it's, oh, well, this is happening. Okay, well, let's just get a registry that's going, right? Okay, well, now let's forcibly move these people. It just, yeah, it gets pretty horrific. But to explain how that happens, to go from, and I'm going to use the biggest quotation here, of like the Weimar Republic, which is supposed to be like a republic, right? You're supposed to have like some kind of democracy, some kind of representation, and to go to full-blown fascism, and to do it that quickly within 2 decades, right? That's a lot. how do you get to that point? How do you convince everyday normal people to go, yeah, this is where we're going? And you're going to have like folks who are like, oh, I didn't know this was going on and all that stuff. And we could debate that all day. But the number one thing I always say is after World War II, there are a whole bunch of folks that knew exactly what was happening. And then there's like, oh no, like we totally did not support this in any way, shape, or form. And then you go for, all right, you have like the Nuremberg trials and you're putting on a show basically. And you're going, all right, we're going to hold these people accountable. But it's how do you properly hold an entire country accountable? How do you even begin to do that? And there is such a movement to try and move past it because it's like, hey, we want to just pretend that this like never happened and not have this be associated with us anymore. And yeah, like there are some really tough questions that are left after World War II. And you look at some of the allies too, and that they like the bombing of Dresden. You look at Unit 731 in Japan. And, the fact that the United States goes, you're going to get immunity, we're going to get your data. And it's just all BS science. You're just torturing people. But this is where like the ethical, philosophical, like aspects of history also come around. And I think that's like the most fascinating stuff because I think the best parts of history in terms of what interests me is everyday normal people and how they react to these world-changing events. So, yeah. Trench coat with a fire. Look at the movie Gray Zone about concentration camp revolt. Historical. Yeah, there were a few revolts. I haven't heard that movie, though. Andrew, what game's streaming on Sunday? Eventually going to stream one of the Colts games. Do they have any primetime games? So, if they have a primetime game, I got them. But, yeah, it's that's tough. Louis Turret, thanks whoever giving me a membership. Let's go. Yes, I did. Hannah, I went to the Anne Frank house. Is that 2018, I think? 2018, 2019? Yeah. Yep. Depressed with a fire. My high school football team won 49-7 and last week 77-14. Better than the Ravens. Also now Lamar's back. What the Ravens record going to be. We'll see what their defense does. I mean, again, the last time we saw them, their defense played pretty darn well. But their schedule, Dolphins will be a win. Vikings should win. Browns defense might be tough. We'll see without the Bengals. I think they have a winnable schedule ahead of them. The Steelers will be interesting. Patriots and Packers will too, but I think they'll be okay. I still think they have a shot to make it to the postseason. They just got to play well. So, who made me a Packer fan? Me. Suzanne to fire. Remember my 10th grade history teacher say we study history so we won't repeat it, yet we continue to repeat it as an evil nature in humankind. Well, that is why you would love things like the Enlightenment, right, and philosophy. So, throughout history, right, folks constantly ask the question, okay, why do people do the things that they do? Is it from, what's going on, Paul? Is it because of human nature? Is it because of society? Is it because of their upbringing? And that stuff is fascinating, man. When you have the Enlightenment, which, there is a limited perspective because a lot of it is just rich white dudes, that you have people coming together and sharing ideas and going, why are people acting the way they act? And you're going to have like Thomas Hobbes, for example. He's a little pre-Enlightenment, but he's going to come out and be like, people are fickle, they're selfish, they're greedy, they'll screw you over. So because of that, you need an authoritarian ruler to put them in their place because they will betray you any single chance that they have. Then you're going to have guys, if you're going pre-Enlightenment, like John Locke, right? So that's going to be life, liberty, property. Not pursuit of happiness, that they changed that, the American version. But yeah, life, liberty, and property, that you're going to have like these inalienable rights, that you should have the government be more of an umpire, call balls and strikes, but not really interfere beyond that. Then you're going to have folks like Rousseau, who's going to be more focused on like the actual natural element of human nature. And there's pros and cons with that. These like talking about society. You have Voltaire, who's up there too. So yeah, it's just... It just depends on what you want to look at. But that's why philosophy is so fascinating, because this has been something that's been around for such a long time. And especially in different countries, too, in different civilizations, that's what makes it better, too. Like, you could look up, like, ancient Chinese philosophies, which are super duper fun, because you're going to get different results. And it's just, hey, trying to figure out, is it human beings? John Locke from Lost. Yep. Rousseau has much more positive view of humans than Hobbes. Oh, God, yeah. The problem with Rousseau, though, he's super sexist. He's super. And so Napoleon is actually a huge fan of Rousseau. And unfortunately, so during the French Revolution, women actually start to get a whole bunch of rights. Like you have the Declaration of Women, and that starts to like take some steps. But when Napoleon takes over, you have Napoleonic Code. And I think for like society as a whole, you start taking some steps forward. But he subscribes to the Rousseau idea of women in their natural state are submissive. And so that kind of, you know, today with today's lens, not really so great, but you see women in France actually lose a bunch of rights. So just a benevolent dictator, you know, no issues. No issues. Trench Coat of Fire, a 1970s movie, The Wave. One high school teacher turned an entire high school into Hitler Youth via social experiment. Oh. I mean, I've talked about this before. I feel like this has become more common knowledge over the years, but I feel like this is pre-COVID. I even showed you Night at the Garden. The rest of the tour, how many have you seen and were the Cleveland Browns? What do you mean? How many have you seen? Seen what? What are you talking about? Yeah, Night at the Garden. I highly recommend folks to check this out. So there was a full-blown Nazi rally in 1939 at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, this came out 8 years ago. Yeah, Night at the Garden. Oh, look, Tom Grossi's live. But I won't show all this, obviously, because of copyright and stuff. But yeah, like you have George Washington. They start talking about Judaism and terrible things. You have a guy go up there and protest who's a badass who then winds up enrolling in World War II. But yeah, I have a huge picture of like George Washington, swastikas on the American flags. Like this happens in the United States. This happens in New York. So yeah, Night at the Garden. True story. Part of history. What are the BGM tracks you use on your videos? I use all YouTube stuff. So it's all YouTube free music, or Daniel will create something for me. But for example, it's like Here Comes the Raindrops is the scripted one. Sunny Day, I think I'll use for a bunch of reaction videos. Ratatouille's Kitchen. Brandon Fire, can you imagine the NFL refs ever get caught for gambling? Ref getting arrested would be the episode of the year. Yes, it would. And also it would make me very sad. Very sad. How many times have you seen someone say, and we're the Cleveland Browns? A few times. A few times. So, yeah, it's kind of like the Muppety one. Well, no, there's one that's, it's like board shorts or something. That's like, that's that one. So, yeah. This is part of history, man. This is part of history. So, yeah. That's it. What specific history did you teach? I taught a lot of global European history. So, yeah, a lot of global European. I taught U.S. from like November to April for a leave replacement. But yeah, that was more of my concentration. So, German dude was really Austrian. True story. True story. The kazoo one? Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I usually alternate between a few of them. Yeah, Sunny. What's it like? Mr. Sunny Face is this one. So that's super easy. Yeah, Board Shorts is the kazoo one. It's like do 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 do. I have gone through the YouTube music library thousands of times. So, yeah. That's it. Mark says, think people have been struggling with these questions since the beginning of the people. Can't say I've heard anyone get close, but you do you, people. That's it, man. That's it. And if I 60 bugs making rounds around Wisconsin, absolutely floor at the moment, bad sinus, cold, sore throat. Man, if that's what I had, get well, my friend. Thankfully, it wasn't COVID or anything, but I think it turned into bronchitis, so. Hannah, no, I don't. Yeah, especially Australia and New Zealand, no, because it's just not really touched upon a whole lot, especially with AP Euro, so. No, that's a blind spot for me. Mm-hmm. Were you watching when Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest? I was streaming. You can go literally see it. It's one of my most viewed streams of all time. Yeah, it was. We found his fundraiser and spread it and helped raise a lot of money. I say roster to fire. Real talk, Tom. The Chargers made the stadium feel like San Diego last night. Use the SD Stadium music, SD video board graphics of those unis. Hell yeah. The unis are beautiful, man. They're so good. It's true, Kevin. It's true. But, yeah. No, I mean, always got a little San Diego in there. It's where they be from. That's it. Which U.S. president won a landmark civil rights case? Good old Lyndon B. Johnson, right? I don't know about that, Connor. By the area, I don't know enough about. Our education system doesn't really teach it. Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at history in the United States, well, that's the fun thing too, right? Is depending on where you're. So here's the non-fun part. I'll do the fun part first. Fun part is you go to country, history is taught differently, right? Because there's going to be more of a perspective probably about the country that they're going to be in, right? So if you are in London, they're probably going to be teaching about the American Revolution a bit differently than it's going to be taught in the States, right? And there's just going to be kind of some perception differences there. But the unfortunate part is that in the United States, your education is going to vary based on which state you live in, which teacher you have, which school district you go to. And that's where you start to run into some problems, because if it's the quality of the education, then we have an issue. But yeah, exactly. State to state is taught very, very different. I learned World War II from a German. It was fascinating. Yeah, man. But like, these are the different perspectives. Like I taught about the Crusades. You get it from the Christian viewpoint. You have a difference, from the Islamic viewpoint. Like that's the whole point. So there's a book. I think it's like, is it Through Their Eyes? But it's basically the Crusades from the view of like Ottomans and stuff. It's pretty good. So, yep. So we'll see. Oh, 3-hour D&D game? Hell yeah. A Hydra T-Rex head. Privileged to have a Massachusetts education. Anthropology? Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, you talk about the study of people. Like, they found people and were like, oh, that's how people originated in Africa. Like that's kind of a big point there. So, it's a lot. So, who was the worst president? Yeah, I just said too many, as she taught U.S. history. Yeah, I mean, it depends, man. How are you grading worst? Are you doing policy? Are you doing awful things? Are you doing illegal acts? Like, which one you doing? So, I mean, you could do inability. I mean, Andrew Johnson does suck. He does not carry that torch very well. Andrew Jackson does some horrific things, especially when it comes to the natives. You could Woodrow Wilson, he botches that whole thing over with the 13 points. So, yeah, it's not great. Feudal Japan? Yes. Super fun. Japanese history is a lot of fun. Yeah, you do Chinese and Japanese history too, especially when you have some isolationism and seeing how those two different cultures grow. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. All right, I say we go 28 more minutes. We'll make it 3 hours. I'm going to pee for the D super duper quick. It's 2-2, top of the 6th. Got a good game so far. We're going to do this. What did Woodrow Wilson botch? He went over to Europe and was like, I got 13 points. I was going to put Europe together. Had absolutely no idea how Europe worked. He was laughed out of that. And then they also screwed the entire thing with not joining the League of Nations, even though they were going to be basically one of the major leaders of that. And so it completely lost all of its power. And one of the many reasons why World War II eventually becomes World War II. So, yep, that's it. Looking forward to season 2 of Shogun. I am cautiously optimistic. The first season was incredible, but they're going to be going off of, going off book. So, all right, I'll be right back. Why is Hamilton the only person on U.S. that was not a president? There's plenty of folks who were not a president. Yeah, exactly. Benjamin Franklin was not a president. Also, Benjamin Franklin, responsible for the catheter. There's your fun fact of the day. Fun fact of the day. He's like, I'm going to put this thing in here. God bless him. God bless him. That's courage. If that isn't, I don't know what is. You don't know if she's watching? I texted her. Said, thank you, we need it. So this is 8:22, so we'll see. We'll see. Chair's a libertarian. Oh, God. Woodrow Wilson was racist by 1910 standards. You know how racist you gotta be for 1910 standards? Be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Bruins, we'll see. We'll see if it works out. So, we'll see. The chair can't breathe. Oh, struck him out. You got the third out. There you go, Blue Jays. That was a nice pitch. Nicely done. It only supposed to stay a few minutes. Hey, chair's looking out for evil personalities. That's very true. Cataract surgery is huge. Go to Egypt. What? And it's wrong too. Who is the best king to rule America? You say the price of my love is a price you're unwilling to pay. You cry. Tom, I must see when I'm in Wisconsin or by Madison right now. Listen, I was only able to go in Madison. It was an in and out for the Badgers, but I heard the Capitol building's beautiful. I hear the food is great. Man, just walk around. It's just dope. It's autocorrect. You'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. Probably Elvis, MJ, or Derrick Henry. Tom does look like Jonathan Groff. You know what? I take that as an extreme compliment. I don't think Maya agrees. Do you agree? She doesn't. She just looked up and she was just like, I don't see it. No. My face shape is different? What? It's fat?
No, you have a longer face.
I have a longer face? That's because I have such a long brain. It's a condition. It's a condition. Do you spit a lot when you sing? Only when I sing that song. 808-20. Tom, mentioned it before. I really recommend you read War is a Racket. Yes, by Smedley Butler. It's a book from the 1930s, World War I. Marine veteran exposed to the military-industrial complex 20 years before Eisenhower. No, I highly recommend that. Appreciate that recommendation is what I meant to say. Thank you. It is a Herb Miller chair. Yeah, it's the most money I've ever spent on a chair, but I gotta be honest, no sponsorship, man. It's the best chair I've ever had. I never spent more than like $80 on an office chair, and I would get them like Black Friday, Staples deal, what have you. And it was fine, don't get me wrong, but the amount that I sit, I don't have back issues because of this thing. So, yeah, it was Tom walks into the bar and they go, why the long face? Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show. That's true. On a work trip, got locked out of the hotel. Oh, no good, Mitchell. No good. Very rewatchable comedy. Office is like good background stuff. I love Parks and Rec. Arrested Development, seasons 1 through 3 are legitimately hysterical. Dan, I stole my Herman Miller chair during COVID for my old work. Hell yes, as you should. I recommend this to people. Dude, there's plenty of times where there's offices that are liquidating and there will be Herman Miller chairs and you can get them for significantly cheaper. So, as I Ross went to her, we don't talk about how nuts the Christmas truce was. You want to talk about the Christmas truce, man? Here's a hot take. I don't think that it's that crazy. The tougher thing is what happens right after the Christmas truce. So, the Christmas truce, first of all, the fact that it happened in multiple locations, right, talking along the Western Front, is because, and people start seeing each other as people and not the enemy, because they're like, oh, hey, Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas. You're not going to kill me, right? The courage that it would take to pop out of your trench and hope that you're not going to get shot is pretty significant. And then you have drinking together. They're playing cards together. They're playing football, the real one, together. And the problem is that after that, they have to go back to killing one another. And now they've broken bread with one another. They've drank together. They've sang songs together. And it actually is World War I is a mess from the top down because generals have no idea what they're doing. They're inexperienced. A lot of them are super young, and they just don't know what they're doing. And so it's a problem because now a whole lot of folks, like troops, are not motivated because now they know the name of the person that they're shooting at. Because before then, right, they were just some nameless face. They were the enemy, etc. And so after that, it takes a little bit to get folks back into the killing mood. But yeah, it's like, that's human beings, man. That's why I constantly tell people we have a lot more similarities than there are differences, especially in the age of really crappy social media and bots and just convincing you to hate other people. Go actually talk to some human beings because, yeah, it's worth it. Trench Coat to Fire. Last comment of the night. Please listen to Sabadon. Oh, I've listened to Christmas Truth by Sabadon. They have some great music. Got a little old Bismarck, too. Yep. Fraternizing with the enemy. So, yeah. Everyone that took part of the Western Front at Christmas Truth got relocated for the most part. You're not wrong. Mice and Men. Yeah, I've read some Steinbeck stuff. Essay with They Fire. In successive Christmases, they were also jaded by war. Another truce was impossible. Dude, I mean, World War I. I'm already watching the World Series, man. World War I is just such a... Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, again, World War II gets the vast majority of, like, the publication, the attention, and for good reason, right? I mean, it's horrific. But World War I, it is so different from what comes before. And it's really one of the first times that you're like machine gun versus machine gun. And the technology that is at the hands of some of these countries is just wild. And it's really tested out, you know, when you have the scramble for Africa and imperialism with folks who do not have machine guns. And that's why you're just talking about Western Europe for a hot second. That's why their imperialism is so successful for those Western European countries, because so many folks don't have a shot. They don't got a chance. So, hey, From Blue, that's very kind of you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Jason, married off my youngest daughter, Cassie, today to a lovely and awesome lady named Hannah. Wishing them a long and happy life together. I'm free. Jason, I'm free. She's your problem now. A huge congratulations to you, Jason, and your family. That signing that off with "I'm free," perfection. Absolutely, yeah, no returns. Josh, World War I's called the Great War for a reason. It was the war to end all wars, and that's why I love the Lost Generation so much, man. Because what do you do when you expect that there's never going to be a war again at that scale? Yep. Oh my God. I think countries are too harsh on Germany, which made Germany infuriated. Bruins, there's a lot of reasons why. You can look at hyperinflation. You could look at a very unstable, unreliable Weimar Republic. You have so many chefs that are in the kitchen trying to point blame. You could talk about propaganda beforehand and the fact even getting into this war and what was fed to people. You could look at countries wanting to take out their frustrations about World War I on Germany. There's a million different things. So, amazed me, Wright brothers managed to build the first airplane less than a decade later. We have large-scale global warfare. Dude, it's wild. Technology, it's pretty insane. So, midnight. Fun fact, World War was the first time Americans and Europeans were together in mass. And it was learned about football. Already had a game called that. We adopted the slang term for it. That's it. Oh, yeah. Czar. We talk about that all the time. You have years, right? You have years of being, just like you're a normal German citizen, you know, pre-World War I and into World War I. And you are told, like, you have hyper-nationalism. Like, we are the best. We have the best everything. We're winning. We are doing well. And then all of a sudden, we lose. Oh, and we're getting blamed? Oh, what you mean? Yeah, man. That's And then throw in hyperinflation, eventually the Great Depression, and you got some big old problems. Nathan, I never saw because it's based off an anime, right? Chainsaw Man? I heard good things, though. I heard good things. What are the odds of World War III? The thing is now, every country, like I always told this to, oh, is that a home run? Oh, it's foul. Damn, he hit that ball. It's a good and a bad thing, right? Is that a lot of developed countries have nuclear warheads. And so it's a zero-sum endgame, right? If one country decides to launch a nuke, well, then those things are flying and we're all dead, right? And guess what? You're not going to win anything if everybody's dead. That's what you hope when you have like competent leaders who are like, okay, cool, we're not going to push this button and, destroy the entire world. But a lot of times too, especially nowadays with modern technology, so much is done with like drones. And while you will always have like, oh, damn, he almost got hit by the pitch, or did he get hit by that pitch? Hold on one second. Oh yeah, he got hit. But yeah, I feel like it would just look very different from what we've seen, Jesse to file. Captain, pull into a corner. There's a Chick-fil-A, Cane's, Wingstop, or KFC. Sorry to break the combo. Ooh. I mean, I've never had a majority of those. I had KFC back in the day, but I am the way wrong person to ask about that. And if my sister just went to the hospital to have her baby, thanks for keeping me company on the way. Hey, Em, huge congrats to you and your sister. I hope things go well. Let's go. No more nukes. Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's the terrifying thing, right? Like because like there is such a responsibility that comes with that. And when you have individuals who are in charge of that, it's absolutely terrifying, man, because it's like, oh, like you have the power to like kill a mass amount of people. And so the responsibility needs to be taken seriously, So, yeah, that's always terrifying, my friends. But yeah, it's going to be something. We'll see. Who said that, Luke? I think that was Einstein, if I'm not mistaken, right? What weapons World War III we fought with? War will be sticks and stones. Yeah, I think that's Einstein, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. That's it. We are living in times. We are. Yeah, Deb. I mean, again, but this is why, when you're still having elections, you are able to vote folks in. But that's also why it's super tough, too. Like, when we even talk about other countries, right, I don't think you can base entire peoples based off of their government. I just don't think that's because it's not accurate. So, airstrike was Nagasaki necessary? I think Hiroshima, but I should have given them longer to surrender. And listen, I think we have that debate every single time I taught sophomores. There are a lot of reasons why they dropped the bomb, and I think justified is a subjective response. Personally, I think that the rationale for dropping it is not justified, personally. That's me. But, when do we get the Star Trek Utopia? Any minute now. We should be able to get that. Any minute now. 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis? Dude, yeah. That was bad. We also had a point where we could have completely gone to war. It's, oh my God, his name is escaping me, the Russian. My God, who is it? Hold on, it's on the tip of my tongue. Petrov's the guy. Yep, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, because there was a glitch that showed that there were nuclear torpedoes that were launched, but it wasn't the case. I think it was like a solar flare or something like that. Yeah, Petrov, yeah, you gotta talk about him, and he was ordered to actually, all right, send out the nukes. And then he did not. And good thing he didn't. And Dodgers just scored. Blue Jays just scored. 3-2, and bases are loaded, no outs. Uh-oh. Prince of the Fire. I heard a comedian say militaries will play FIFA now on Christmas instead of soccer in no man's land. There you go. Like the Russian leader who was in a Pizza Hut commercial. Yep. Petrov, yeah, was he 83? Petrov, nuclear. You're correct. Yes, 1983. Yeah, the man who saved the world. He died a few years ago, right? Let's see. Yeah, the man who saved the world. As a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet air defense, Petrov was on duty September 26, 1983, when the early warning satellite system he was monitoring detected what appeared to be 5 approaching U.S. nuclear-armed intercontinental ballistic missiles. Petrov was faced with a critical choice that he had to make immediately: treat the warning as a false alarm or alert his superiors, which would launch a counterattack. He went with the false alarm, explaining that the reason that if the United States really were to start a nuclear war, it would do so with more than 5 missiles. He was correct. The satellites had mistaken the reflection of sun off of clouds for attacking missiles. So we literally could have had nuclear war, but this guy was like, you know what? Let's not. Let's hope for that is a false alarm. Yep. Shout out Petrov. Geneva would fire World War I treaty, did 3 things she never do: cheated the Italians, dishonored the Japanese, and backed Germany into a corner and lived to regret it. Yeah, especially Italy's super pissed, dude. They're super pissed post World War I. So they fire Twin Peaks Season 3, Episode 8 sees the atomic bomb as the creation of embodiment of evil. It's able to fire. Hey, Tom, stopping in during my lunch break. I turned 20 today. Hey, Ed! Let's go! Any advice you would care to share with me? Ed, first of all, happy freaking frackin' birthday, my friend. The other thing I would say, 20s I think are, you're going to do this your entire life. But 20s, if there's anything where you should try and figure out who you are as a person, it's your 20s. I think that is a very important developmental aspect, and that could be done with, regardless of financial situation, where you are, etc. Just trying to figure out who you are and who you want to be as a person, I think is really important in your 20s. You have the flexibility of being young, right? And I think that's where you're going to make some mistakes, whether it's in your dating life, whether it's in your work life, with your career. But this is the time to figure out, okay, what kind of person do I want to be? So, hell yeah. Let's go. Happy birthday, buddy. I say with a tour. Speaking of World War I, Sykes got agreement. Morons, dude. There were so many things in World War I that they screwed up. So many things. Who you are in your 20s, not who you are in your 50s. Dude, in the past 10 years, from 25 to 35, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Exercise is also good. Take care of your body. Take care of your teeth, too. Definitely take care of your teeth. So, Bruins, Tom, didn't Italy join the Allies midway through World War I and the Allies won? Why was Italy mad? They got nothing. They were made a whole bunch of promises that country was going to get, and they didn't get diddly squat. So they were pissed. Hey man, Tom, besides the first 2 years of your life that determines your ideology, nature versus nurture argument, but your 20s when you truly discover yourself, oh yeah. 100%. 100%. And I mean, listen, nature versus nurture is someone who also taught psychology. That is, it's a mix of both, right? And there are things that maybe are ingrained in you, right? Because our first teachers are going to be our parents, that those don't have to be permanent. And I think, finding out that you can change those patterns and behaviors, positive. So, that's it. Connor, dealing with reaching out to someone. We had a falling out a couple years ago. We want to try and start over again. What advice do you have? Appreciate what you do. It's a great question, Connor. I think this is the most important thing. If they say no, let's go worst case. If they say no, that is well within their rights too, right? That is them potentially prioritizing their mental health, prioritizing what they want to do with their life and who they want to connect with. So if they say no, don't carry that around with you, because who knows, maybe something will change in the future. They just walked someone with bases loaded and the Blue Jays just scored another run. Oof. So that's the first thing. Prepare yourself for that. If anything else happens that's more positive, then it's a win, my friend. But just make sure that you are comfortable with the no, because it very well could be the no. So, yeah. That's it. Walked in a run. Ashley says, best thing I ever did in my 20s was move out of my home state to a more diverse area, ideologically and ethically. Ethnically, excuse me. Yeah, meet different people, man. Just meet different people. Don't stay in your bubbles. It's just, nay. Hugo says, bright side of me being 40 and my only one in my family to not have diabetes. Hell, there you go. let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. Yeah, 4-2. Bottom of the sixth right now. Blue Jays are up. So that's it. Jack, yeah, hopefully some playoff games. Civil War, what two sides? Who says it's going to be two sides? That's it. We should be avoiding that at all costs, right? Right? At the end of the day, we should. And I'm telling you, folks, you got a lot more similarities. Even what the internet wants you to believe, you have a lot more similarities than differences from your neighbor. A lot more. BDM with the Fires. Former New Yorker yourself, how do you feel, or what do you say about the mayoral election? I will say, oh man, that's a base hit. Ooh, oh man, it's 5-2. No outs, bases loaded. Oh man, Blue Jays are pouring it on right now. I will say, dude, Mamdani is running I'm just also just because who has studied a bunch of different elections and stuff. His campaign needs to be studied. In an age where social media has really kind of taken a dive in terms of there's just so much crap out there, and able to break out of that bubble, I think is super impressive. So a huge shout out to his campaign folks, because it's insane. On top of that, I think that you have someone who is advocating for a lot of things that are supposedly going to help everyday normal people. I think people are very tired of the status quo. Cuomo, and this is just me as a former New Yorker, ain't it? Wait, if Cuomo's the answer, no. You want to talk about old guard? Holy cow, it's him. And I think, for you to get the youth involved is a really strong indicator of success. You look at Obama, he was able to do that. You look at Trump in this last election, and getting a whole bunch of folks on podcasts and stuff like that. He was able to capture a huge amount of the youth vote. And I think that, I think that people are sick and tired of the same old crap. So, yeah. Oh, the debate clips? Dude, I mean, again, even just being clipped out, it's wild. So, that's it. Populism policy is good because it's policy for folks like you and me that will legit help. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the thing that Mamdani's going to run into, if he winds up winning, which I got to be honest, I think he's going to. If he winds up winning, it's just going to be, there are going to be barriers that he is going to have to get past, and people who are going to be actively against that, right? Because there is so much money that is tied into traditional structures, especially in New York City. There is a ton of money that is very happy with the status quo. And so there is going to be a lot of friction that's going to be there. So we'll see. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, populism, I mean, when you look at the introduction of populism in the United States, right? One of the big votes that they got were farmers back in the day, because they were like, hey, these are the people who are growing our food, and farmers are like, we are getting the absolute crap kicked out of us. We need to do something. And you have the rise of the populism movement. And populism, again, just like anything, it has pros and cons, right? Because people will go and all right, we'll do populist movements and we're going to simplify everything. Or you're going to have populism that's actually going to help people. So why is it hard to get young people elected? Because back in 2020, when I was teaching civics and government, it cost $250,000 to run a successful congressional campaign. Who the hell has $250,000, which now it's only gone up since then? Who has that kind of money? The rich, or if you're able to fundraise, which good luck now, because the internet's filled with so much. So, listen, have a good night. Appreciate you. Thank you again. But yeah, it's difficult for the everyday person to run unless you have a ton of money. And if you don't, then you're going to wind up taking money from some folks that you're now going to have to owe. And welcome to American politics, where money isn't everything. And I think that is a bipartisan issue, that is something that we should all strive for, is getting money the absolute hell out of politics. Citizens United and all that crap, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, I don't care what you are. That is something that is not helping everyday normal people. And when you have, was it this last election? Hold on. Amount spent in 2024. I think it was over $1 billion. Yeah. Dark money hit a record high of $1.9 billion in 2024. Presidential candidates raised $2 billion and spent $1.8 billion that you and I will never see. You know, but you also have, especially in Congress too, dude, it's a whole bunch of old folks who will not give up power, you know? So it's up to billions, man. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do with that? How are you supposed to compete with that? Let's just say, right? So, Raz, I for one like our billionaire overlords and are able to influence every aspect of our lives, especially our media. It's so much fun. It's great. How we communicate with one another. It's so much fun. Term limits, age limits, 1 kajillion%, right? Think of the damn shareholders. Very true. But let's just say, right, I have no interest in any way, shape, or form. If I wanted to run for president, right? $1 billion? Bro, I don't got no billion, so what do I gotta do in order to have advertisements and all these swing states and all that stuff? This is an activity I did with students. It's like, okay, how are you gonna raise that money? Where are you gonna raise that money from? And it's nearly impossible. And you could go that from presidential, you can go to congressional, because the other, oh, is that a home run? Oh my God, it's a grand slam! The Blue Jays are up 9-2. We got a grand salami. That's Barger. Uh-oh. Just ask your billionaire parents for a loan. Exactly. But that's the difficulty right now, right? And it's just you have to have an insane amount of money. And we have, like, the regular everyday person has no concept of how much $1 billion actually is. Dude, we streamed for a week straight. You saw, like, you know, we were able to raise $100,000 in 2 hours, which is crazy. It took a week of, like, people constantly donating to try and get to $1 million. Now go for $1 billion. Dude, Tom, we are vibing on this right now. I think the circle's back to we agree more than we don't. We just need to bridge the gap and stop focusing on topics which really mean so little. And that's the thing, man. We're not going to agree on everything. We are never human beings on this planet, there has never been a time where we all agree, yep, this is what we're going to do. And we agree on it. That's never going to happen. But in a healthy democracy, right, in a healthy government, you want to have people from multiple different sides coming together to compromise with the idea that you're putting its citizens first and you're making their lives better. Because that's what we should all strive for. That's it. So again, unfortunately, and like, this is why I tell you folks, like, social media nowadays, like, it is owned by billionaires, owned by people, and the number one thing is to keep you engaged. How are they going to keep you engaged? Well, it's either AI, bots, or you're just going to be so mad and screaming at each other. And that's just not a reflection of what the actual world is. And unfortunately, it turns up the temperature over and over and over and over again. And like, you are expected to hate people that you never met. So, talk to people. Go talk to people. That's it. So yeah, no, you don't miss it at all. Dude, I would not be on social media at all if it wasn't for this job. And I'm already not on a whole bunch. Richard, they fired Tom. You want to return to teaching in some capacity, like a side gig during the football offseason? I definitely would. I think like higher education would be super fun. I would very much enjoy it. Like proportional representation's way better than the electoral system. That's it. So, Tom, it's what is supposed to make America great. We don't have to agree, but we do what's best. It's been lost since Obama got elected, and anger became how you vote. Well, again, the problem is, too, it's like dude, as someone who loves sports, and I love sports, especially football, we have treated politics, and it's just like, oh, if my side wins, the other side suffers, and that's good. And we have lost the plot significantly. And again, I think at the end of the day, I think there are a lot more things that we agree upon, right? There are issues that we can argue over and debate over, and there are times and places for that. I think right now you have an insane amount of wealth that is being transferred and has been being transferred to a very small amount of people who are running everyday things, and that is a huge problem wherever you are on the political spectrum. So yeah, man, like it's tough because like this is the kind of stuff that as you see, you know, like throughout history, you look at that gap getting larger and larger between rich and poor. It's not great, man. It's not great. So, yep. As a social media figure, do you feel like you are cigarettes? No, I tell people to log off all the time, man. Log the hell off. It's true. Go and talk to people, talk to your neighbors, go and get involved in your community, you know, because there's a lot more. Is that a home run? Holy oh my God, another home run. Oh my God, it's a two-run home run, bomb the sixth. It's 11-2. The Blue Jays are killing the Dodgers. That's Kirk. Alejandro Kirk. Damn, man. 4th home run this postseason. It's a long inning. Justify. Let's not forget the definition of what counts as politics. Keep moving. Yep, it does keep moving. And every single time, Pearl's like, I will not touch the grass. I will not do it. Holy cow, man. That's awesome. They give him a jacket every time. That's pretty dope. Hell yeah. I love it. I love it. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot less differences. That's all, folks. That's all. So I promise you, like, again, where your life is going to change the most, it's local and state stuff. Build those communities. Communities are going to be the most important thing. The most important thing going forward. You're never going to enact national change overnight. And your beliefs are never going to perfectly coincide with others, and that's okay. So, yeah. Do I dislike feeling rested? No, I yearn for the mines. So, yes, I yearn for it. Inning finally ended. We all people. People are people, man. People are people. I mean, you have the amount of folks that are in this community who donate to the fundraisers, who support me, who, when we streamed for a week, there's people of every different background, every different identity, every single different political affiliation. And it's like, oh, these kids need help. Let's come together and help them. That's it, man. That's freaking it. So, I love how Tom's talking about U.S. politics while Canada's kicking our ass right now. I am pining for the fjords every day. Every day, aka. Every day. Tom, why is society? Because society can be a great thing. It really can. Individuality is what this country is very much founded on, and the belief that you can change your life with hard work and stuff like that. And my concern as an American is that continuously changes as you're going to have more and more people from the elite class make more and more money, and it leaves less and less for everyday folks. You know, I'm speaking for myself. I have worked my ass off for over a decade doing this, where I went from making, this is before a decade, so even longer, 38 grand coming out of college, you know, with my bachelor's degree and my teaching certificate. And now, you know, we've raised $2.2 million for charity, over $1 million this year alone, right? I am now making, you know, a few $100,000, hopefully like 350 and maybe 400 this year. But man, like, it's not sustainable that the same corporations and the same people make millions a day. It's not sustainable. You want to look at it from a pure economic standpoint, man. And this is not political. This is not like this means you should. It's not sustainable. And when you have people that are paycheck to paycheck, the fact that people are relying on these services which are getting cut, whether it's for veterans, whether it's for cancer research, what have you, I don't care what political party you're associated with. This is a government's job, in my humble opinion, which we can disagree with, and that's great, is to help the most vulnerable among us, especially when we are a very prosperous country. We do. We have a lot of money as a country. And unfortunately, the national debt keeps on going up, and we're having less people. So, Yeah, man, it's not great. And at the end of the day, like, we can argue about it on social media and we can scream, oh my God, you're part of this party and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, people are getting hurt. And that's a problem. Justice Whittaker got laid off from my job in June of 24. I spent nearly a year scrambling for jobs since then. I eventually found a job that pays a third less. I hate this in life so much. Justice, dude, as someone who couldn't get a substitute teaching job, could not get a teaching job. I went to school, right? I did the right thing. I went to school, I got my degree, I got my teaching certificate. I could not get a job teaching. I couldn't get a job literally as a substitute teacher. There was a 6-month wait list to make $80 a day. $80 a day. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even get on the list. They're like, oh, we'll call you in a few months. Brother. And it has not gotten better, you know? And it's just, it's wild, man. It's wild. Back fan Tom, what do you consider when voting and how to measure your values as a person? The values of both political parties. I'm asking because I've recently turned 18 and have no idea who to vote for. Man, it's just you be as educated as possible and actually learn what the candidates stand for, right? Because that's incredibly important. And unfortunately, like, education has gone to hell, but it's unfortunately been that way for a bit, and it's been going that way. Very true, Matt. But yeah, just be educated on what they believe in and what they're actually, because, and this is, I know this is crazy. This is going to be crazy stuff. Back in the day, right? Politics, when I was in high schooler, right? And even into college, politics were boring. Politics were, oh my God, they're just talking about the economy. I don't know. I'm 17 years old. I don't care about the economy, right? I'm in high school. Who gives a crap about that? Politics has shifted now that, and unfortunately, we've gotten into cultural politics and identity politics, and like that has been in there. So if you're for this party, this is what you mean and everything that goes along with it. And if you're for this party, this is what you are for. And that's just not the case, man. That's just not people. Being forced into two different sides that encapsulates all people is just not realistic. So, yeah, man, especially for local and state politics, look at the issues, what their policies are, because policies are what's supposed to make this work. So that's it. Yeah, Ashley, it freaking sucks, man. It sucks. So yeah, they don't always match. That is very true, Megan. It is very, very true. But you're also going to have like folks that are going to be single issue voters, right? Because they believe like, hey, I want this to be, this is what, so let's just take, let's go something that's completely not controversial at all. Let's go abortion, right? So if you're a single issue voter and you go, abortion is wrong, so because of that, I am going to vote for the candidate that is going to reflect my worldview, right? Then that means you're going to have to accept bam, 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 bam. And the thing is, when you have a widespread democracy, right? So Socrates talks about this in ancient Greece. When you have folks who are not going to get educated on their particular vote or their candidate, or going to just vote on these single issues, that's where you can start to run into some problems, because people will be like, okay, well, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to agree with you on this. And they go, yep, well, I'm going to vote for this then. But that is their right. That's their voting right to do so. If you truly believe in democracy, that means that your vote is the same amount as my vote, right? It counts the same. Now, of course, in the world that we live in, especially in this country, that changes if you're in a swing state regardless. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, that's why we have debates, right? That's why we talk to one another, and you can be that single issue voter. But again, forcing an entire country of millions of people into two very distinct sides is just not realistic. And so the billions of dollars that are behind the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and especially now with effing tech bros, man. Oh my God. And it's just, it ain't it, man. It ain't freaking it. So I don't know. It's difficult. Democracy is messy. It is very messy, but at the same time, in my humble opinion, we can be better. And I think that there are a lot of people that want it to be better. That doesn't mean one side prevails over another. This means that you got to start holding the people that are in charge of us and are supposed to be representing us are held freaking accountable. Because the fact that things can happen now in the dark without Congress, public opinion, everything. Shohei just hit a home run. Shohei just hit a 2-run home run. 11-4, top of the 7th. But that's just, it's not acceptable, man. It's not acceptable. Easy with a tour I just got broken up with because I'm Asian. Advice: find someone who actually loves you for who you are and not for the race that you aren't. It hurts now, man, but that ain't the person to be with you. That's it. That's it. Giovanni would fire. Growing up, my dad always watched Fox News every day. Because of this, I don't really pay attention to politics. Is that a bad thing? Well, the problem is, my friend, is that politics are going to influence your life whether you pay attention to them or not. You know? So it's just a matter of, like, if there is politics to pay attention to, it's your state and local politics, I would say. So, yeah. I was like, oh no, Packers fan, dude. And again, I taught politics, like I taught government, I taught civics. Like that is, you try to teach that to a high schooler, right? And again, I'm just using my own experience as a high schooler, which I didn't give a rat's ass about politics when I was in high school. Because why should I, man? Like, who gives a crap? I'm just like, oh, this doesn't impact me. That's for adults. Well, now, guess what? It impacts you. Maybe, I wonder where the Island Man files are. And that's a thing everybody agrees, right? Everybody agrees. I think every single person will be like, hey, we shouldn't have pedophiles in control of our most important functions of our government life. I don't think that's up. I don't care. You got a D next to your name. I don't care if you have an R next to your name. I don't give a crap. That's it. I know. It's great. Accountability across the board. If you're really terrible at your job or you're a piece of garbage pedophile, guess what? You should probably get out of here. Probably get on out of here. I know, shocker, right? Right? But again, there is a lot of strength. There are millions of people in this country. There is a lot of strength in people getting together and trying to make change, man. There really is. So, yep. That's it. Again, I will always say this, because, hold on, let's see, has this changed? Let me ask Google. Okay. According to Wikipedia, let's see if I can find just some additional sources. Okay. So it looks like there's a little over 3,000 billionaires in the world. 3,000. Doesn't mean every single thing that they've ever done is the worst, but there are billions of people on this planet. So, that's it. Jennifer, I was unemployed for 3 years after a company restructuring that impacted hundreds of us. I couldn't get unemployment checks because I worked a contract gig for 6 months following the firings. And that's it, man. Like, that's it. You could be rich, you can make money, you could do all that, but social contract is a thing. Gilded Age eventually came to an end. Gotta at least do something for the common good. Adrian to fire. Tom, hope you're doing well. Would you stream a Brewers game during the summer one time or any hockey's game since you call games so well? I definitely would. 100%. Or my 279 could be more plotted my Blue Jays right now. They're playing well. They're doing pretty darn well. But yeah, man, like that's it. Fit $6.6 trillion in net worth on a single flight. There you go. But it's just, it's crazy, man. Like, I think we were talking about this last week. You talk about the positives of capitalism, right? That usually that is going to lead to progress and innovation, which is a beautiful thing, right? Because hopefully that's going to help the general public. But unfortunately, when you have a product if you have a product that can't be advanced anymore, and then it's just about bleeding money from folks, meh. They 2 out of 3,813 are within the U.S. Jennifer worked my ass off, then became disabled. Like, I'm very transparent about how much money I make. I'm very transparent about this. I say these things because, and this is the educator in me, that I, for the vast majority of my life, made dog shit money. It is what it was, right? You ain't getting into teaching to make a whole lot of money. And so this year, if I make 350 grand, if I make 400 grand, we've raised $1.1 million for charity already. That's what, in my opinion, that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give back more than you take. Like, I'm very happy with the amount of money I make. I don't need to take sponsors because I can pay my bills. I'm very, very happy with that. But it's just holy crap, man. Like, we are just so blinded by the illusion that is social media. And if you're 19, you need to own this and have this. And it's just, dude, like, I worked my way up from making $7.75 an hour and to the point where I'm at now. And it is not a straight line. And just because I make more money now doesn't mean I'm a good person. You know, it's just, Jason Day Tour, which billionaire has the hit Lighthouse, though? Not me. Not me. But yeah, man, it's wild. And it's exactly like when everyday people, like, I'm sorry, you're never going to get me on board with a data center. You're never, ever, 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 ever going to get me on board with it. How does that help people? How does it? I can't find a single thing that is going to outweigh the cons. Logan and Fire Tom wanted to say the positive online presence. You have such an inspiration. Love from Texas, Dallas, who found the righteous path. Packers. Let's go, Logan. I appreciate you. But that's what's so great, man. That's so great. Sports Q&A. Oh, Tishu, it's everything. It's everything, man. But yeah, it's a hot topic in Port Washington, as it should. Like Charlie Barons, him and I have never interacted with one another. I saw him at the draft, right? I shot him a DM, and I was just like, hey, man, I appreciate you using your platform to raise awareness for this. Because that's the whole point, man. Like, it's just helping people. And I will say this, because I went over 3 hours, and I apologize. Helping people, and I mean this from the butt, is the best thing you can do in this life. It is the best thing. By far. Helping your fellow person, you want to help animals? That's cool too. Hashtag vegan. But man, like, we live in such an imperfect world that is filled with suffering. As someone who is vegan for animals, right? I don't push that on anybody. Think about my moral worldview. Every day, there are millions and millions and millions and millions of animals that are just being raised, killed, here you go, and a bunch of that's going to waste, right? It infuriates me, it upsets me, so I take my personal responsibility, I try to do the very best that I can, and I try to advocate in terms of raising money for, like, you know, animal groups and conservation groups, because I think environment is not political, because we should all be able to drink clean water and breathe in free air, right? At the end of the day, though, it is not my job to impose my moral view on anybody else. My opinion is not better than yours. My opinion is not in the right. My opinion, because I have a big number next to my name, means that you need to listen to me or I have any kind of authority. Nope. Everybody's opinion, right? Like, there's nobody better. There's nobody worse. There are some real crappy people. Don't get me wrong. The educator in me is 100% going to be like, people can get better. People can evolve. People can progress. But yeah, man, there's a lot more similarities out there. So that's it. A whole lot more. So that's all. That's all. Darnold? Nah, I think you're going up against a really good defense. So, and kindness is free, man. It's freaking free. So, well, that's also because of subsidies. You know, that's it too. That's too. Dusk with a Fire. I hate how many people think there needs to be a reward for helping. Making people happy by helping is the reward. That's it. That's it, man. And you don't expect anything back. Why are you doing it? Because it's the right thing to do. It's the good thing to do. Makes you feel pretty good too. Jed52, Tom, hope you're well. Announced my last regular season high school football game of the year tonight, right for a break. Hoops coming soon. Hell yeah, Jed. Gotta get to throw in some stuffed animal toss. That's it. Kyle Tanner, the fact that I make more money than my father ever made annually and still struggle to make ends meet is wild to me. Love what you do, Tom. Go Hawks. Dude. H.O. to Fire. Is the most corrupt democracy still preferable to benevolent dictatorship? I'm tempted to say yes. I think so. I think so. I do. Because benevolent dictatorship, one, doesn't really exist. It doesn't. Just throughout history, it doesn't, right? But at the same time, I think there is a lot of power in people. I think there's a ton of power in people coming together and being like, hey, no, we ain't going to put up with this anymore. Jesse Tour, who you got in the World Series? I picked the Dodgers. They're getting their ass beat right now, though. They're getting their ass beat. I mean, dude, look, like, I have a Run a Football channel. There are fans from every single fan base. And we're still able to do it. Random at 20. Tom, to build on previous message, between the boss who taught me I was more than just a line cook, and then watching you do what you do, your life can change when you decide to be positive. Being awesome doesn't require money. That's it. That's it. Amelia, do you ever go on strike while teaching? We are planning a 5-day strike soon. I walked out with students before. And if I got fired, I got fired. But, yeah, best of luck. Because sometimes a strike, and when you actually hurt people in their pockets, that's the only way that the message gets across. Saved by Grace with Tara. Blue collar every day. Once I get out of active duty military next year, stay safe. I plan to work in a trade. Peace out in Amish country. And thanks to all for what you do, Tom. Always love the streams. God bless. 1 Peter 4:11. Appreciate you. Saved by Grace. Stay safe. Zach, thanks for the membership. Tom, you think the current political climate is the pendulum swinging really hard and should adjust in coming years or do major reform? Again, if you look at the history, like if we're going like modern history within the last like 200 years or so, it constantly swings back and forth, right? If you want to go World War I, right? It swings all the way to right, authoritarianism, fascism, etc. Then post-World War II, it swings all the way to the left. You get welfare state. You're going to get a whole bunch of folks. Then it goes over to Margaret Thatcher. It swings over to the right again. Then you go to the left. So you're going to have it go back and forth almost every single time, right? But at the same time, personally, this is just my humble opinion, I think you need a significant amount of reform when it comes to corporations. I think it's absolutely asinine that you could have a corporation dump hundreds of millions of dollars into a presidential, congressional, whatever campaign, which is just, brother, like, what are we doing? Like, that just seems like the most ass backwards thing possible. So I think you need significant reforms. I think you need so much reforms when it comes to the corporate world, and especially with their influence on politics. Andrew Fire, did you hear about the young chess GM? Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. I didn't look into a ton of it, but I saw it just scrolling through. I saw that. I don't know any more details, but it was horrible. David Fire, the egalitarian expression, nobody in the world is worth more than you, but nobody's worth less, is one we should all strive to remember. That's it. How do you get reform when the corruption is so deep? Let me put it this way, my friends. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Even the world that we live on, the planet we live on, the universe that we are in, everything is temporary. And I think it's what gives you a fulfilling life is doing the very best you can, helping your fellow man, and just trying to be a damn good person. And I think that there are a lot more of those people that are just like, hey, we want to live, like we want to work, put a number on it, 40 hours a week, and be able to survive, right? And I think when you have a lot of people that come together and can see past our differences and all the things that divide us, I think a lot of change can happen. Andrew Atura, his name was Daniel Narditsky. Yeah. Freaking awful, man. It's freaking awful. Again, who knows? I'll be dead in the dirt someday. But I did my best, man. I did my best. I helped as many people as I could. And I'm pretty happy with that. Why does the world feel fake? Log off. I promise you there's some real world stuff out there. It is. I'm telling you this as a person whose job relies on the internet. Just go interact with people. That's it. So a lot of it feels fake because there's also a lot of bad actors out there who are selling you a whole bunch of garbage. So you have money out of politics, you got to be more politically active, working and supporting real people in your community. Yes, sir. So All right, I went 3.5 hours, and I said I was going to go to 3 hours. I'm so sorry. I got to go spend quality time with Maya. But folks, I appreciate the hell out of you. I'll be streaming on Sunday. We'll definitely do the Sunday Night Football game. Rich, to improve things, folks, just say thank you. Easy. It's little things, man. If you can make somebody's day better, I promise you that is a worthwhile endeavor. I promise you. But I appreciate the hell out of you. I think that being kind helps. At the same time, being stern, fight for what you believe in. And yeah, man, I think that there can be a lot of progress, especially when there have been plenty of times in history where things have looked a lot worse than what they are right now. And that's not even politically speaking. I mean, in terms of there are things that people coming together legitimately can change policy, the world, government, etc. So, yeah, man, I think looking out for your fellow man is a great thing. So, I appreciate the hell out of you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. Appreciate the hell out of y'all. Have a great weekend, everybody.